I'm gonna wait for the ads to go through. And wait for everybody to come in before I say what I gotta say.
W.
Oh, we got 72 people in here. Like the video. Whoever's watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe. What have I told? What have me and Mars been telling everybody for the last year? Or when did the season start? 9 months ago?
It's been a while. October. How many months? That's 6, 7 months.
We'll say 6, 7 months. I don't feel like doing the math right now. We have literally been telling y'all day after day, months after months. They went on a 16-game winning streak. I said, stop. Don't overreact, especially considering the fact that they went up against guys who were hurt and trash teams. Literally before that 16-game winning streak, nobody was talking about the Bucks. Nobody cared about them being favorites. But because of that, now all of a sudden things change. Giannis and his jump shooting, which I stated was going to be a flaw and a detriment in the postseason. What happened, Mars?
It looked like a flaw and a detriment to me.
One of the biggest, Drew Holiday, this reliable second option who's gotten so much better since his time in the Milwaukee Bucks. What happened, Mars?
Look like the same Drew Holiday to me.
Chris Middleton. What did he look like, Mars?
He looked real mid to me.
So I'm sorry for all you guys who are supporting the Bucks and on the Bucks train. But when we sit here and tell you these facts, when we sit here and tell you these objective facts with no bias, the only thing, I said it last episode, the only thing where me and Mars is biased towards what we think is the truth. That's it. And we'll get adamant with each other. We'll get emotional with each other because we think that what we're saying is the truth, but has no place of, just because I feel a certain way about this guy, that I just think that my take is going to be based off of that.
And at the end of the day, we both knew the Bucks were frauds. That was something we did agree on.
We agreed on that. The Bucks were frauds with no bias. And Mars, you don't have to stay on this Philly train. I promise you don't.
Embiid's getting healthy. He's going to Game 7 against Boston. That gives Embiid extra few days off. I don't care who wins. That's giving Embiid some time to rest that knee, unless it's also a torn meniscus like Kawhi. Let's hope that's not the case.
Okay.
But it's a knee sprain. He's gonna come back. He's gonna cook Atlanta. He's gonna cook Boston, whichever team comes out. And then in the conference finals, who cares? He's getting to the finals.
So Mars. So from your objective lens, now do you see what I was talking about with James Harden and the Sixers?
He's coming. He's dealing with an Achilles strain up.
I know.
So that's more time to rest. Watch what he does in round 2. The time to rest is going to be key right here.
Okay.
Embiid won't have played in over a week, like a long time. James Harden's getting like a week off. Tyrese Maxey's getting time to just refresh. PJ Tucker can get time to refresh so he can do his cardio on the court. Tobias Harris is there. He's going to feel nice and rejuvenated. Doc Rivers is taking coaching seminars as we speak. He's going to be a better coach after this little time off. Okay. They are going to get to the finals. I stand on it.
We shall see. Oh, I did want to ask you this for a while, and I keep forgetting. So you know how we talk about postseason translation, and the reason why we can't really rank Kawhi Leonard anymore is because of that. I mean, even though I love Joel, bro, I mean, where are we going to put Joel?
He's starting to. I was ready to push some crazy agendas about Joel Embiid. Because I was thinking, if I see Joel Embiid have a healthy playoff run, I think every question people have about him will be answered. Then this Brooklyn series, he was being doubled the whole time. I think he played okay, but the scoring numbers weren't there, whatever. He then goes down again. I'm like, I can't keep just saying we haven't seen the translation because he keeps getting hurt. Like if it keeps happening like that, at some point that's just who you are. So Joel Embiid is starting to lose me a little bit, but he's going to be well rested for the next series.
Okay,
so cool. He'll be fine. But if he's unable to go or he plays hurt in the next series, yeah, my Joel Embiid agendas are going to be down the drain. Because right now I have him as a top 5 player in the NBA. No order: Giannis, Jokic, Steph, KD, and Embiid. That's the top 5 to me.
Mhm.
But if he again can't go in the playoffs, Luka Doncic, guess what? Back in the top 5 you go, my friend.
Okay.
Anthony Davis ain't gonna get in the top 5, but Anthony Davis might go over Joel Embiid. Like, there's a few names that I'm like, yeah, Joel Embiid, I need you to be healthy because you're not helping me right now.
I hear you. I feel the same way towards the Joe. It's sad because you can see how his game can translate. You can see how good he really is, especially throughout the regular season. But it's like, bro, the man, he just for some reason you're always getting hurt in the postseason. Golly, man.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to defend at this point because at some point I'm like, oh, it's a freak accident here, it's a freak accident there. At some point, you're just accident prone. So
my
yeah.
bad, Mars, because I was gonna say before I dropped the StreamYard link.
Oh, whoopsie daisy.
It's cool. I want all. What did I say? I said when the Bucks show you who they are, I want all of these Bucks supporters drink more water. I haven't seen you in the chat at all ever since.
I'd love to see drink more water.
I said all these Bucks supporters, all these Bucks advocates. I need A30. I need 2 set. I need drink more water. I need all of these Bucks advocates to come out because I told y'all. I said when the Bucks fail, I want y'all all here to take it.
And the people who said Giannis is just by far the best player in the world, I don't want you guys walking that stuff back. I want you guys to stand on what you said. Giannis is by far the best player in the world, and that no one else comes close, and that he's been the best player in the world for years. Because when Dub said he doesn't think Giannis has ever been the best, and when I said I don't think he's ever been definitively the best, people were acting like it was crazy. So don't act like it was crazy now, because I saw the polls on the panel. People saying, oh, is Giannis better than Embiid? Why am I seeing 50-50? Is Giannis better? Is
50-50 now?
Is Giannis the best player in the world? Why am I seeing 80% saying no? Why am I seeing those things? You guys are so reactionary. I want you guys to stand on what you said. Because there's no way Giannis showed you anything in this series that you didn't know about him already. You knew he was flawed in the half court. You knew he wasn't a one-on-one perimeter defender. You knew he couldn't shoot free throws. You knew he couldn't shoot the ball. You knew all of these things about Giannis already, and you still told me he was the best player in the world by a wide margin. Giannis did not change his game. He's the exact same guy he's been for years, and you guys told me it didn't matter. So I want you guys to stand on those things. That's what I want you guys to stand on.
Hey, and I will bring this to you, boss. I'm not trying to headshot you, but remember what Gilbert Arenas said about Giannis not improving his game, and that you and Lowe was standing on that?
No, he hasn't. He improved as a playmaker. The shooting.
Okay,
I was wrong.
Okay, cool. That's
but
fine.
You know, the old Mars was a real stat guy.
Gotcha.
It's only in the recent like half a year. My first half a year on Player's Choice, that guy's kind of a casual. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But the last half a year, spitting facts. Giannis, nah.
Got you. 2 super chats that we read up here in Open Gym.
We read our super chats.
Aside from the panel, is Ron the DeMar DeRozan of hosting? ? Maybe. I like Ron as a host, though. I would say that. I do like Ron as a host. Even though he don't read super chats, I think him allowing the guys to be themselves and go ahead and go at each other, I do like that about him. So, do you have anything to say to that, Morris?
He may not be DeMar DeRozan, but he might. If I had to give him a comparison, might be a little Julius Randle.
Oh man, that's not a good one. Hey, Hate Key, Nikola Jokic, the real MVP, finals run on the way.
They might make the finals. Look at the poll right now. 58% saying Giannis isn't the best.
That's crazy. Come on, man. And people love switching.
5% saying yes, and it's not even close. 5%. If you did this poll 2 weeks ago,
Giannis will be 60. It'll be at least 60%.
And this is why when chat say like me and Dub or anyone isn't consistent, you guys are the most inconsistent people there are. It's just that you're not on camera, so people can't go back in time to all the things you guys say, so you can't get called out on it. But I be reading the chat. I read the comments. Don't worry. I read the comments, so I be seeing what you guys say. I read the TikTok comments. I read the YouTube comments. I read the live chat. I read everything. I read when I was called a Giannis hater the whole year. I read when Dub was called a Giannis hater the whole year. I see all of those things. So you guys can try and switch up now and act like you were always thought this. I saw you guys. Don't worry. I saw you guys.
Yeah,
so
Mars is the real keyboard warrior, man. But
100%.
he shows up on camera though. That's the difference between him and everybody else. I thought the Warriors were gonna lose in 5 or 6. What happened?
I was
LOL.
100% wrong. I didn't think they would win a road game. I said Kings in 6 because I thought they would win the 2 games at home. I thought they would lose their 2 road games in Sacramento first 2, which is what happened. I was like, okay, it's looking good. They then won their 2 games at home. I was like, okay, it's looking good. So then I was like, they're going to lose game 5. Like I predicted, I thought everything was looking good. And I thought they would have closed it out in 6. I was wrong about game 5. And now I said, I spoke to someone privately, Pirate McCall. Shout out to him. He's always in the comments. We talk all the time about old school basketball. Shout out to Pirate McCall. I said to him, if Warriors win game 5, I think they win the series in 6 games. I just didn't think they would win it. They won game 5. They proved me wrong. And I'll stand on the fact that I was wrong because I've been wrong about a lot of these series. But guess what? I wasn't wrong about the Bucks being frauds, but I have been wrong about a lot of these series.
It's cool. We don't have to talk about that. We won't have to revel in that. You could join. That's why I said when we was talking about Fluent and Chill, I said open gym and our predictions is through the roof. I know I'm doing a lot of carrying right now, but don't worry.
Yeah, these series predictions from me have been quite bad. Yeah.
No problem. No problem. Hit 44. This is why having a bag matters. Those advanced efficiency stats don't matter in the clutch. Give me Kobe and efficiency over Shaq/Wilt in the clutch.
I agree having a bag matters. Kobe wasn't inefficient, but I see you put it in the quote marks because the people do say that and they're wrong. But I think the reason Shaq is a bit of an outlier with the bag mattering is because let's talk about basketball here, not narratives. The way Shaq's game was implemented, he started in the post. He started at the rim. So by the time he gets the ball, he's already there. So you can only collapse once he gets the ball, or you're having to double team him without the ball, and guess what? Someone's open. The way Giannis' game starts is at the top of the key, so the defense can converge on him and stop him from getting there. You don't stop Shaq from being at the rim because that's where he already is before he has the ball. So you can't stop Shaq from scoring the same way you can stop Giannis because they create in different ways. So that's why I think the bag thing with Shaq is a bit less applicable. The free throws with Shaq, 100%. And that's why you go away from him in the clutch. But his scoring, it doesn't get neutralized in the clutch simply because he gets the ball already at the rim, whereas Giannis is trying to get his way there from 30 feet out. And that's why he inevitably struggles because he has to fall back on some sort of bag because he's creating from the perimeter and he doesn't have it. And that's why Giannis has never been the best scorer in the NBA. And the people who act like he's a better scorer than KD, he's a better scorer than Embiid, he's a better scorer than Steph Curry. No, he is not. Not even close. But there we go. I just had to address that.
No problem. I'm here for it. Mars is on Barkley timing with these predictions.
Let's go for it. Milwaukee and Miami, I was wrong. I had Milwaukee winning that series, I think in 5. Boston and Atlanta, I had Boston winning. I still think they're going to win. I'm just praying for a game 7 for my own agendas. Philly and Brooklyn, I got that right. Everyone would have got that right. That means nothing. Cleveland and New York, Julius Randle, they overcame it. I was 100% wrong about that. Denver and Minnesota, I got that right. Memphis and the Lakers, so far I'm looking wrong about that. Kings and Warriors, so far I'm looking wrong about that. Phoenix and the Clippers, I got right. So what's that? I got 3 series right. 3 series right and 5 series wrong. So I'm shooting 37.5%.
Damn. I'm sorry, Dub, for Darrell Smith. It's okay. I'm here. Don't worry. I'm forgiving, and it's okay. As long as we're all willing to admit when we're wrong, I'm cool with that, man. Knicks will win in 5. Jimmy Jordan will get 1 game, but besides him, no one else is really stepping up. Bam, out of boo-boo, settling, Dub, pack it up. Listen, I hear your point, but what Mars said earlier, like it's like us shooting the 3 ball like this, it's crazy. Like I did not expect that. So even though Jimmy,
sustainable?
I don't know. Like I didn't think it was sustainable for the whole fucking game, for the whole series versus the Bucks. So maybe it is. Like I don't know. They're just turned on a different mode, and I didn't see it coming. I'm not gonna lie, Mars. If you were to tell me that the Miami Heat were gonna be the best 3-point shooting team in the league in the postseason, I would have laughed at you.
Same. They showed no signs of that.
No signs, and I'm like, I don't know, bro. Maybe they can. I have no clue. Where you gonna rank KD if he win with Finals MVP? Young Rex.
If right now, I think I have KD anywhere from 16 to 18. I might be wrong. I don't have the list in order completely. Well, even Lowe's apologizing.
Even Lowe's apologizing.
Cool. Right now, I have him anywhere from 16 to 18. I think at 15, I have Dr. J. Another high-level playoff run. Does that get him over Dr. J? I don't know. Maybe. I I don't know, because KD's weird because he barely plays regular season games at this point. So I don't know how much value he's really providing. I don't know how much one singular playoff run will move him up. He might get to like 14, depending on how valuable he is in this postseason run, but I can't promise that.
Got you. Jokic surpassed Giannis this year as the best, in my opinion.
I remember when I was saying that, last season, months ago, pushing that Jokic agenda.
You said this a while ago. I'm not gonna lie. Now everyone's turning the corner, and I hate that. So much.
What happened to Jokic being a liability on defense? I don't matter no more.
Like,
Because guess what? When Denver lose, guess what? Jokic was never the best. We always knew he was a liability on defense. You guys just switch up every 2 seconds. You guys are so inconsistent.
Golly, they keep sending through these super chats
because they know we read them.
I'm sorry, Sean Matthew. I'm sorry, Dub. Super cool. Post ups in general are harder to execute and not very efficient in today's game. Also, a lower scoring load on Giannis might improve the Bucks.
They are hard. Are they harder to? I wouldn't say they're harder to execute. I think teams don't know how to execute post up. They don't understand the type of spacing you need, and most people can't throw an entry pass. And yet, the scoring in the post is less efficient than like a catch and shoot three. But the shots created off post-up opportunities are some of the most efficient shots in the game. Because if you get doubled in the post and you know how to make those reads, that's a wide open free or a layup every time. That's why Jokic in the post is so deadly. It's not just because of his scoring. It's because of his playmaking out of the post. So you get some of the best looks in the NBA of post touches.
Got you. I rank based off of impact. That's why Giannis is still one. And if you people were to have Giannis still one, I'm not mad at you, bro. So I'm not mad at it. I'm mad at people just switching up so dramatically. I'm mad at people thinking that it was crazy to say that he wasn't the best, saying that it was definitely up for discussion. Because I always said all the time, I think he's in the conversation 100%. But I favored other guys.
I've been saying for a while, I said I lean Giannis in this conversation. Like, if you ask me, I had to pick between Giannis, Jokic, and Steph, they've been my top 3 for like the last 2 years. I said I lean Giannis, and the reason is because of his defense. I think he brings so much value on that side. But I've made the argument for Jokic many times, and I've made the argument for Steph. I just lean with Giannis. Now, do I still lean with Giannis? I don't know. But I lean with Giannis ever so slightly. So there's that. Like, it's never been clear cut. Got you.
John Vaughn, did JB outplay D Mitch, or was his team just better?
This is for you, Dub. How do you feel?
I think it could be both. I think Donovan Mitchell didn't perform the way I thought he could have. I thought he could have definitely played better. But at the same, and Jalen Brunson, I mean, godly, bro. We got to start talking about playoff Brunson because he's amazing. And his ability to able to overcome Julius Randle, trying to keep them from winning. It's like, I did not expect that at all to happen either. I was wrong about that 100%. So JB definitely outplayed Donovan Mitchell. But, I mean, let's be real. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, I mean, the Knicks just keep slamming everybody on them. Pause. Like Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Okoro. Like, come on, bro. Like, there's only so much you could work with that, man. Also, what's your hot take for next year? Mine is OKC is top 3. Shea and Chet will dominate. Also, the Rockets will be in the playoffs next year. March.
They're 2 excellent takes, by the way. I expect Chet to be rookie of the year next year. Oh, Wembanyama's coming in. I thought Chet, if he was playing this year, would have been rookie of the year. I don't know if he'll be rookie of the year next year because of Wemby. But OKC top 3. I do like their coach, by the way. Mark Daigneault, I think his name is. His name's kind of hard to pronounce. I think he's a great coach. Top 3. They might have a like Sacramento Kings type season where they're top 3, but I don't think they'll like go far in the playoffs or anything. But yeah, I'd say OKC top 5 is a pretty good take. Houston in the play-in at least. Yep, 100%. But I'd say my hot take for next year would be I don't have one.
We'll think about it later. Don't worry.
Yeah, I need to see what the teams look like because it's kind of hard to do that. Right?
Appreciate the super chats. We're gonna read the more of them later. We're gonna get some guys up here, man.
Yes.
Guys, let's talk. That's football, right?
Yo, Dub.
W camera football breakdown. Yes. W camera.
Dub. I got receipts a month ago on Open Gym. I just want to put real quick.
Why are you yelling?
I don't feel like he's getting.
Hey, let him yell.
Let him yell.
Shut up.
Go ahead. Bro. This is why I still think.
Oh, he's on my side. Me and football bet on the same side.
He can be made less effective to affect this team, and this is why I don't really trust the Bucks to go far. If you look at that 2021 run, I think it was. I don't like to put asterisks next to runs, but we're analyzing it based on like how good and what the team that they went through.
Talk to me. Go ahead.
So the reason they got very fortuitous is because that came off of the shortest offseason in professional sports history. Boston, who was their number one contender, was hurt. The Heat, I'm pretty sure the Heat were hurt that year too. And on the West, the Lakers were hurt because they just finished their finals run and then they had the shortest offseason in history. So
and the Heat 2 weeks.
Yeah, so they didn't have as much time as a typical regular season for any sport across American sports. Number two, if you think about the teams they beat, who do they really beat that have championship pedigree? Meaning they have that experience advantage where it's like, we've been here before. I mean, they played the Hawks in the conference finals.
I won't bore you with the rest, but you get the point. That was a month ago. But when I said it, oh, you're hating on Giannis. No, it was analysis of the teams they played. Giannis never had to face the teams that were giving him the bugaboo or had championship pedigree, and this is what you see when everyone's healthy. Giannis, as great as he is, he's a regular season player, and those flaws get exposed in the postseason. That's all I got to say.
Okay, I see his point. I think he's more than a regular season player, but I do think his flaws definitely get exposed in the postseason.
The bubble was real hoops.
The bubble was real hoops.
Okay. No, it wasn't. Let's talk about the Bucks again.
It's the Bucks. Yeah, the Bucks. I'm just sorry. Like Budenholzer, later on the clip, I don't want to play the whole clip, so I want to bogart the time. Budenholzer, that coaching didn't get away with it. J. Rule Holiday, that offensive drop-off, those missed shots, didn't get away with it. You let a team without two rotation players that already had walk-on players to play for the Heat beat you, and you're the A seed, and this team took 2 wins to even qualify for the playoffs. This is literally the worst superstar meltdown I've seen. I know he was injured, but it's pretty embarrassing to lose as a 1 seed.
No, I think it's more of a team meltdown. I wouldn't say as a superstar
team meltdown. I think it's a great
bro. What was happening with that team last night was historic, bro. That needs to.
But you know what?
You're up by 16 and missed 10 free throws and it went to overtime, bro. I don't care.
What? That fourth quarter for both of the games, I'm not gonna lie, that is crazy.
No, y'all saw how Giannis was afraid of the ball in that fourth quarter and almost threw it out.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy got that aura.
No, that shit
he got
insane.
that aura. He got that intimidator badge, bro. I swear to God.
And the fact that they ended their season with a Grayson Allen ISO with 9 seconds left and 2 timeouts is one of the craziest things.
Didn't even get a shot up.
And shot clock violation too.
No, that last possession was just everything that Mars has been trying to say about the Bucks half court offense in one play. Everything.
And
Jimmy
instead
Butler,
of calling
bro.
the timeout and advancing the ball up the court,
after dropping 56, this man goes out the next game, drops 42, 44? He drops 48, and literally the whole entire game looking at Drew Holiday saying, I own you.
When he was down,
going on Brook Lopez, right? Scoring on Brook Lopez, going back to Drew Holiday saying, that should have been you. Bro, this man, Jimmy Butler, is cut from a different cloth, bro.
Bro,
it's
he's
the
MJ's
craziest
son.
thing.
He's
That's
Jordan's son.
I got a question though.
He's Jordan's son.
Does Coach Bud hate Drew Holiday, bro? Because there's no reason why he should have him in single coverage the whole game, bro. I just want to know, does Coach Bud hate him, bro?
No, he's just a bad coach.
The same way he hated PJ Tucker in 2021. The same
He
way
doesn't
hated
call
PJ
it double
Tucker in
not one
2021.
time.
No,
Like
it's
that weak ass drop coverage, bro.
I think with Coach Bud, I think when Coach Bud has teams like this that are just like I think what some people would say like noticeably better than the other teams. Like he had Giannis on his team, Middleton, Holiday, all that. He had a talented team. I think Bud just, especially with the Bucks, has been a hands-off coach. I look back at his days in Atlanta. I think he was a really good coach in Atlanta, but his Milwaukee days, he just doesn't seem to be the same coach, especially offensively.
I think
since they ran offensively in Atlanta, I would like to see some of those returns in Milwaukee because I think they have the shooters to pull it off.
I think Mars hit it on the money, right? I think he's 100% right. Mike Budenholzer is a great like floor raising coach where the pieces that aren't supposed to be good, he can maximize that. But when he has all these guys and ceiling raised to be a championship caliber team, he just can't do it. He just can't do it, and I don't know how.
I will say though, as much as I agree that Bud could be a better coach, and especially their championship run, he could have been a better coach. But when you are up 16,
Mars,
in the fourth quarter.
I saw a private chat that was pretty bad.
If you're up 16 in the fourth quarter,
Mm.
at home, and you're the MVP, you're Giannis, you're the best player in the world, I almost don't care what Bud does. You got to get that home. If we're gonna put him at the standard that we're comparing it to, I was saying Giannis is greater than KD all time. I got to redo my list. I don't even have Giannis top two. Like Giannis's whole trajectory for me
Has
this
changed.
playoff series, just changed.
All right, that's
Oh,
OD.
brother.
That's OD, bro. That's
I remember a few months
That's
ago,
not
it got
crazy.
clipped on TikTok. I said Giannis to me isn't a top 5 power forward. of all
because what
time.
did Giannis do in this series for you that like is like unexpected? Other than shrink,
Not
other than
unex-
shrink, like we knew he was sucking at free throws. We've been knew that. I don't know what he did to make him drop that low for you.
No.
Nah, but
It's not-
Kwabe, it's like this, right? And I understand
People were
what football's saying.
premature. That's what it was.
Yes,
People
they were
premature.
projecting. They were projecting a lot with Giannis.
Oh yeah, for
projecting
sure.
that he was going to be like this, so they were basing their rankings off of that.
People in the
I said
Discord were
Giannis
saying
gotta
that.
be at least
People in the Discord were comparing him to KG and Tim Duncan.
Yeah, they need to dead those talks. He's not
They were
affected
talking
by
about. They were
Draymond.
talking
Those
about.
talks are done.
Start bench cut Giannis, KG, or Duncan, and people were
Because the
saying
thing
start
is,
Giannis.
You can lose in the first round. I just don't like when there's glaring flaws and you lose. How you lose matters to me. Like, it's one thing to lose, but to get 22, what was it, or 28? How many free throws did he get?
He was like, he had like
He had a
25.
They all had a
Bro,
lot.
he was like 10 for 25, and you went to overtime. That means if you were just a mediocre free throw shooter, you win that game. Bro.
This has been a theme, by the way. Like, I wanna bring some stats to you guys' attention. Giannis against elite postseason defenses. Like, I just want to let you guys know. So since he's entered his prime, so 2019, the single elite defense he played was the Toronto Raptors. Negative free efficiency. So he was negative efficiency against them. Then you got 2020. He only played 2 rounds. One round was against Orlando. We know they weren't a great defense at that point.
Right.
Then he plays Miami. Guess what? A very good defense. Negative 2.6 efficiency.
Yep.
Interesting. Then you got 2021, who in round 1 he plays against Boston, who weren't an elite defense. In round one he played against Miami. My fault. Negative 8 efficiency. Interesting. Round 2 he plays against the trash Nets defense. Oh wow, he's efficient against the trash defense. Then he plays against the Hawks. Oh wow, he's efficient against the trash defense. Then he plays against the Suns. The Suns were a good defense, so he was efficient against the Suns. Well done, +8, Giannis.
But I mean
that's a top 10 defense, by the way, not an elite defense. That's a top 10 defense.
That's one out of.
We're not done, Dub. We're not done.
Go ahead, Mars.
Then we got 2022. He played against Chicago, who were a bottom 10 defense. He cooked them, +7 efficiency. Great. Then he played against 2022 against Boston, an elite defense, -3 efficiency. Guess what? He played this year against Miami Heat, an elite defense, negative efficiency again. He's played every elite defense he's played against. The only one he's been positive efficient is Phoenix. That's the only one in his prime.
I wouldn't even call Phoenix really an elite. Like
they weren't. They were.
I would
a good
say
defense.
Phoenix.
They were
even with
That's
Phoenix being a top 10 defense,
won.
I think Phoenix was just I think it was a bad matchup for Phoenix.
Yep.
They had DeAndre Ayton in the paint, and with how the Bucks and with how Giannis plays, I mean, that's a terrible matchup for Phoenix. I mean,
I'm giving him credit, by the way, for how well he played. He played well against a good.
He played great, but
that's great. But I've said months ago, Dub, and you can quote me on it. Like, you remember, Giannis's playoff translation is questionable. It's always been questionable. And I had to listen to people tell me he averaged 35 in the finals and scored 50 in a closeout game. How can you question his playoff translation? It's because of stuff like that. He's never been efficient against good defenses in the playoffs. Never. This isn't rare. This isn't new Giannis territory. He's never done it. Against Boston last year, when he was averaging 5,000 points, he still wasn't efficient because he still couldn't shoot. He still couldn't make free throws, and he was still just running through people. He's had the same flaws for 5 years when it comes as being a scorer, and people just acted like it didn't happen because he won a ring. All of his flaws are the exact same in his scoring bag, and you guys just glossed over it because he won. Your winning bias clouded every ounce of your common sense and your judgment when everything has told you his whole career he's not an efficient scorer against good defenses. And everything has told you that. But
Harden told you, man.
Okay, whatever. I still have him at number 1. I want to hear what I want to hear outside of Dub and Mars. I want to hear the 3 people at the bottom before and after where you had Giannis, and tell the truth.
I literally just played a clip at the beginning. That was from a month ago. I told the truth. I had my Giannis properly where he was. I said the Bucks would not go far because this playoffs is not as convenient as him as 2021. So I had Giannis in the right position. Yeah,
where was that though? I didn't hear.
Like an NBA landscape. Well, yeah. I don't think there's a clear number 1 in the NBA right now. I don't think anyone is. Yeah, I don't think anyone is clearly. Everyone that's in contention for the best player. Quote
has
unquote,
a good case.
I think there's 4 players.
Has flaws that would make them not unequivocally the best player in the NBA. So
okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like
top 5. He's still top 5.
Me too. I have him top 5.
Yeah, I still have him top.
I have him top 3.
He's top 3 for me.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure y'all still had him high after all that.
I think that top 3 is either like Embiid, Giannis, Jokic for me, like some kind of mix of that.
For me, it's Giannis, Jokic, and Steph as the top 3.
Or Steph, yeah.
I'm not one of those people.
KD is the one where I'm like, if you have KD over Giannis, I get it. So that's why 1 to 4 for Giannis is fair. If you start having Giannis at 5 and below, like, okay,
you're dragging it. Yeah.
I got KD, Giannis, and Steph in my top 3, man.
Yeah,
but,
so
hey,
you don't have Jimmy Butler in your top 3, dog?
Hey, he's coming.
You a fake fan, bro.
He may be better than Embiid. I'm not gonna go hold you.
Yeah, you a fake fan, bro. You gotta adjust that, bro. Where's Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler, I'm not gonna lie. After this whole playoff translation, he keeps us up. I may put him over Anthony Davis. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really leaning on put him over Anthony Davis, and I'm really leaning on put him over Joel Embiid as well. I swear.
W Heat fan. Yes, sir.
Before y'all switch this out, I have an idea y'all should do. So before, like me and my friends, we do this before every playoffs. We have people who are up for exposure. So I have a first team all exposed list for the first round.
Okay, I want to hear this.
I have 3 names. You're gonna have to fill out the other 2. Giannis Antetokounmpo, exposed. Sabonis,
yes,
exposed.
Yes.
Sabonis. And the last one, Mars, your guy.
Oh, I know what you saw say. Go ahead.
D Mitch. Woo!
That's Dub's guy. That's Dub's guy.
Now you lost.
Guy right there.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna say Julius Randle. I swear to God, he was gonna say.
Hey, can I throw?
Bro, we know about Julius Randle.
Nah, Donovan Mitchell was not in there.
I thought James Harden was making.
I thought James Harden would have made it too.
I thought James Harden was gonna be.
Can I throw Cat and Holiday onto that team?
Sure. Yeah. Make it first team.
I think the team should be Drew Holiday.
Yes.
James Harden.
Yes.
I thought no, but we know who he is though. We know.
No. I don't want to hear that shit. I was arguing up and down about everybody about James Harden. I'm not hearing that shit. I'm not hearing that.
Drew Holiday, James Harden, Giannis, Cat, Sabonis.
First team all exposed.
I don't hate it.
Speaking of Sabonis, I remember when the Kings won that first game, people were saying they were going to sweep the Warriors, bro.
Man.
When they were up 2-0.
People were talking about they was going to sweep the Warriors.
State's done.
Yeah,
Golden State's done. They can't do it. They can't win on the road,
they were talking. Bobby was talking about Sabonis like he was fucking like
Draymond Green's out. They about to be down 3-0.
Bobby's a Kings fan, so
come on, man. Hey,
I also want the apologies of the people who said Sabonis was a better passer than Giannis. No, he's not. Sorry, he's not.
Oh yeah, fact for sure.
Like you guys were reading assist numbers because there's no way you're watching this guy play. He can't pass on the move.
Man,
all these passes he finds into cutters that he was doing in the regular season, they don't exist anymore. You know why? Because he doesn't bring any bigs out the paint, so he can't find those cutters. So his passing is being heavily exposed in this playoff series.
Bro, his bag is getting exposed too, bro. He might have a worse bag than Giannis.
The man is wide open. The man is wide open. The man is wide open, just looking around. That's crazy to me. Why are you wide open and you're looking at everybody else? Do something with the ball.
He don't got no bag, bro.
Golly.
He got zero. He got negative bag.
What you about to say, P5?
All right, before you let me off, Dub, I'm a Raptors fan. I want to ask questions. I want to see where. 1 second.
Is that Kawhi?
That was my grandma. Sorry.
Oh. That's not the grandma.
Yeah. I want to know where Pascal Siakam ranks in the league for y'all. And I want to know what you guys think Scottie's ceiling is as a player. Like maybe compare him to a player, or like Like, is he a 1, 2, or 3 on a championship team? Like, I want to hear it. Yeah, I want to hear.
Okay, Pascal over Julius Randle. So let's just get that over Julius Randle.
So what is he barely top 40?
I'd give Julius Randle. I mean,
He's like top 30.
I'd give Pascal top 30, top 35.
Yeah.
I don't have a list, but I'd give him top 35. Scottie Barnes, I think, and this might because this player also has a very bad rep right now. Scottie Barnes has the potential to be what we thought Ben Simmons could have been. In my opinion.
I can
that's what I see with. Oh, everyone's going okay. That's what I see with.
I don't think they'll like that.
Yeah, and that's what I see with Scottie Barnes. I see what people thought of Ben Simmons. That's Scottie Barnes in my opinion.
Remember, people realize
it kicked you out as well, Dub, right?
Listen to what Mars said. He said Scottie can become what people thought Ben Simmons was gonna be, not Ben Simmons. I just wanted to...
mine with a bit less athleticism, but yeah, what people thought Ben Simmons was gonna be, I think that's what Scottie Barnes is.
Okay,
all right, fellas, y'all be easy, man. Ace 30, get peace out, bro. Ace 30, get up here, bro. I need Ace 30 in here, bro. I need him. If the room is open, bro, get up here, bro, because you got to get cooked. You got to get cooked.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Ace 30.
I would love to talk to.
Not that I have like any beef with him. I just like talking to Ace 30.
Oh no, it's always love. I love Ace 30, man. Do y'all see where Davion is picking up Steph?
I mean, he's doing everything like humanly possible on Steph Curry. I mean, like it's Steph Curry at this point. Like, what more can you really do? Like the one Steph Curry isn't making threes and then he's killing you with flows. He's killing you at the rim. Sabonis' rim protection got exposed in that game 5, by the way. The Warriors finally decided, you know what? Sabonis can't protect the rim. Let's just do everything at the basket in this game. So I think they might do the same thing in game 6, and I don't know how the Kings are going to deal with that. He said the room's still full. He's trying to get out of it. I might have to move some people, and I apologize. But here, Mars, read the super chats while I'll do that. Bryn Nation. Bam need to step up. Can't let Mitch do him like Capella. I agree. I think Bam's rebounding is going to be the key to the series completely. Dub, how do you feel about your rebounds and issues?
It's still a glaring issue, but it's not our most important issue.
But in this series in particular,
I am worried. I am worried wholeheartedly with Mitchell
Robinson, Josh Hart.
Josh Hart. Julius Randle's a good defender too. I mean, not defender, rebounder too.
Yeah.
So that worries me.
Brian Holiday, do you believe there is a definitively best player in the world? They all have flaws. Curry, Jokic, Luka with defense, Giannis with offensive creation, AD, KD, Joel have durability issues. No, I don't think there's a definitive best player in the world, and it's because of stuff like this. I think the player with like the least flaws or like the least detrimental flaws to me is Steph. I just don't think his defense is detrimental enough simply because of his position he plays and he's active without the ball. So I think he has the least flaws. I think Jokic has like the most blatant flaw with his defense, but he's just so good offensively. I think he might be able to overcome it. Luka, I don't think has an argument to be the best player in the world. That's just me. I don't think he has an argument. Giannis, yes, the offensive creation. We all know that. AD, I just don't think his offense is good enough to where his defense can propel him to the best player in the world. So that if this was 2020 AD, sure, but this AD, no. KD, I still have the same issues I had with him last year in terms of his ball handling, his decision making, his playmaking. I still don't think he's good of a defender as Dub thinks. That's my issue with KD. And Joel, entirely durability issues. So no, I don't think there's a definitive best player in the world. You feel the same way, Dub?
I mean, you hit them all on the money. Besides the defending part on KD, yeah. You hit it all on the money, yeah.
The Trib one, do that for every player, Mars, not just Giannis. You want me to go through every player against elite defenses? I trust you won't like it.
I'm not gonna lie, Mars. That's what gets me mad. People be like, "Oh, you can't do that because then you have to do it to everybody." We literally do. We literally sit here, look this shit up, watch the games, and sit here and decipher. All right, why did they win here? Was it because of their defense? Did he show up? Was he performing bad against a good defense? Was he doing this? We literally do that for every single body in the NBA.
I'll do it as simply as I can because there's two teams in common that Giannis and Steph have both played in the playoffs the same level defense. The 2022 Celtics, where I told you Giannis was negative efficiency, -3. Steph was +7. That's the exact same defense. 2019 Raptors, where Giannis was -6 or 7. I told you guys. Steph was +5.5. So even against the exact same defenses, Steph has shown he's a much more efficient scorer than Giannis has ever been. And that's just against the same defense. There's more elite defenses that Steph has gone against, and he's cooked all of them. The only time Steph has been negative efficiency in a series that I can remember is against Houston, the year he had the broken hands in the playoffs. And then maybe sometime in like 2015 or something. But Steph cooks elite defenses. Like I could do that for every player if I wanted to. So I just wanted to show you guys Giannis.
My issue that to act as if we don't sit here and do that though. Like what's the reason? That's the reason why we get called haters a lot of the times, because even the great players will sit here and be like, nah, he performed bad here because of this. The reason he won is because of this. And then people act as if we're trying to take that away from them. No, but we have to acknowledge the fact that even when they were performing well and won, or when they perform bad and won, you have to contextualize all of that. So don't sit here and act as if we don't do that for everybody, because we 100% do. Right, Mars?
Yeah, and for like Giannis, like I've said about Giannis before, I think offensively, I don't think long term, or like if you want to be a consistent contender, him as your best offensive guy is just it's not good enough in my opinion. I have the same issue with Kevin Garnett. I just think their offensive creation isn't good enough to where you can rely on them to be your sole offensive creation and have high level offenses in the playoffs. Giannis has shown me consistently he can't do it. They have excellent defenses in the playoffs. Well, in 2021, that's why they won. But offensively, it doesn't translate. And I have the same issue with KG. I have the same issue with defense on Charles Barkley, defense with Dirk Nowitzki. I have the same issues with a lot of people. I'm very consistent with this. So, like, you don't have to question my consistency.
Word. Donovan Samuels, y'all were right about Giannis. I can't defend the performance. Mars, I'm going to need your playoff predictions to be better than LeBron James' finals winning percentage. I appreciate y'all, and thanks for reading the Super Chats. 100%.
Yeah, I need to do better with the predictions. Round 2, I'm going to try and be better.
No problem. And thank y'all for supporting us. Thank y'all for the Super Chats. And just thank y'all for pulling up on the show. 600 people in here. Like the video, subscribe, man. Appreciate y'all. We wouldn't be here without y'all, man. I want Davion on the Heat. He's a Heat lifer.
He does give me Miami Heat vibes.
I would love him on Miami. I'm not gonna lie. Need to clean up his 3-point shooting, but
yeah.
Other than that, I think he could represent the Heat culture a lot. Y'all think Sabonis passing is exposed? Watch what AD and Bamba do to Looney and Dre.
Mo Bamba? All right, buddy. All right, buddy.
No
Mo
way.
Bamba. What are we doing?
I do agree with Damo, though. I'm going to start calling him Lomo because for some reason that's Lo's little brother. So I'm going to start calling him Lomo. I would give, if you're going to try to have LeBron at the 5, just put Mo Bamba out there. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I don't want to see LeBron at the 5. I think that's the stupidest thing ever, especially at this stage.
I agree. The LeBron at the 5 lineups weren't good last year. They're not good this year. They haven't been good in years. Like, I don't know why people are still persistent with that. He can't do it.
Yeah, so please, I would much rather have Mo Bamba out there than LeBron at the 5. Like, please, I don't want to see that again. And Darvin Ham is crazy. Is Ron the Killian Hayes of host?
Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes. Jesus. He might be.
Killian Hayes is wild, bro. I was saying every player plays worse against better teams. I'm not saying you're inconsistent. I'm saying that's normal. Great defense, slow down, stars.
Oh, yeah, they slow them down. My point is Giannis is just inefficient against them. You can be slowed down and be like, for example, KD gets slowed down by elite defenses. He's not inefficient against them every time. That's my point. Giannis's offensive game leads to him being like bad offensively in these series. That's the thing, not being slowed down. Everyone gets slowed down by elite defense. That's what elite defense does. So yeah,
1,000%.
Inefficient. When I was saying negative, like -3, -5. So I'll explain this this is where stat guy was. Let's say a team holds a player to 57% true shoot. They hold, let's say Boston hold teams to 57% true shooting against them during the season. If Giannis then goes against Boston in the playoffs and averages 53% true shooting, that's -4 efficiency. He shoots 4% worse against Boston than they held their opponents to during the season. And then you could do it relative to the playoff defense where, for example, he played them in round 2. Boston in 2022 in round 1. Who did they play? Milwaukee, right? I mean, they played Brooklyn, right?
Boston 2021?
2022. They played Brooklyn, right? Round
one.
In
the first round.
So let's say hypothetically they held the Nets to 60% true shooting. If Giannis then went against them in the next round and had 55% true shooting, that would mean he shoots 5% worse relative to their playoff defense. That's what that means. He's inefficient relative to the level of defense he's playing against. That's what that means.
Yeah, Mars explained that to me a long time ago.
Yep.
In the regular season, matchups Bumba was effective. Okay, I hear your point, brother. All right, let's get some guys in here, bro. We got that.
What up? What up?
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Mars, I was right about the Knicks being in 5.
You was very right about the Knicks in 5.
Oh, wow.
I was lucky. I'm not doing
Salute
it
to
again.
Cowboy
I'm not
Bob.
doing it again because that's it. Like you said with Randle, I ain't doing it again. I'm done. Like, I don't even care if we go to the finals. I'm done. 5, I got that off in 10 years. We ain't never made the playoffs like this. I'm good. I want to say thank you, Mars, because of your analysis and Dub. I love you, bro, but Sunday we going to be enemies, man. I see a game 7 coming out. And real quick, about Giannis, I want to say this. When Giannis played the Hornets, he had 7 points. How do you play the Hornets and only put up 7 points? That shows that he had a lot of inefficiencies. So you were right about that as well. But also, one quick point, Curry, he also passed Magic Johnson 15 all-time most playoff points due to the 3-ball. Just wanted to say that. Y'all could go ahead. And Knicks,
he was like 21st going into the playoffs. He's passed every game. He's passed
every game. He's gonna pass up, motherfucker. He was barely 21st. He's probably gonna go up to like 13 by the end.
I got the alert on my phone last night when I was watching the live stream with Ox and Bob, and it said that he passed Magic in playoff points. So I was like, but now go ahead, guys. Yo, we gotta hurry this up.
I said like a month ago, nigga. Curry go back to back.
What G-Mac got to say?
This is what I'm good, right?
He's about to pass the key.
This playoff format is ridiculous.
And if you
How are
win
you
the
gonna have
ring,
a 5th seed
that's
playing a
5
guy in
rings
AC
with no
this year?
stats.
You said what? What'd you say?
What did you say?
How are you gonna have a 5th seed play? How are you gonna have a 5th seed playing an 8th seed? It makes no sense.
No, that's great basketball. I'm not trying to hear that.
That's what happened.
Are we really complaining about parity in the NBA right now?
What the fuck does that make?
What if it's Cavs Warriors?
Zero.
No, stop.
Are we really?
No, man. Let's give credit to the Heat, man. No, let's get real.
That makes no sense at all.
No,
that's
what happens when the Bucks
my bad.
One at a time.
My bad. As NBA fans, right? There is no way, and me personally, I'm an advocate. I hate it when I know who's gonna win all the time. I do.
People complain about Golden State and Cleveland all the time.
Exactly. There's no way for the last 10 years we've been complaining about LeBron James being in the finals, Golden State Warriors being in the finals. We've been complaining about them always winning. And now we're going to sit and complain about there be parity in the NBA with an 8th seed and a 5th seed in the second round.
The fact that we don't know who's going to win any series.
That's great.
We got 2 great head coaches, 2 decent defenses.
It makes no goddamn sense.
Wait, what?
Well, that's what happens when the Bucks underperform and the Cavs don't.
But the Sixers are the 3rd seed though. So how the fuck are Knicks playing Miami? Not even 8th seed.
The bracket has never worked like that.
Yeah, because
the bracket has never worked like that.
Why are we doing that now?
You understand what he's saying? Because now
that's when the lower
This is how it's always been.
Not making home court advantage. What does that mean?
No, this is how it's always been. The 1 seed plays the 8th seed, and then the winner of that series plays the winner of the 4 and 5 seed. So the 8th seed beat the 1 seed. They then play the winner of the 4 and 5 seed. So New York are going to have home court against Miami because they're a higher seed. That's just how the playoffs work. That's how it's always been.
I've never noticed this because the 1 always beats the 8, so it always ends up with the 1 and the 5 or the 1 and the 4.
Miami are going to have home court.
There's 6.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You're gonna have home court
advantage. It's never an issue. I don't know why we're complaining about this.
I love
always beats the 8. I'm saying this because the 8 beat the 1.
You're taking home court advantage when the team should have it, though. If the team who shouldn't have it.
Then the Bucks shouldn't have lost. The Bucks shouldn't have lost.
They shouldn't let Holiday be on the island with Jimmy Butler.
Hold up, fellas.
Gerald, who are you saying should have home court advantage that doesn't have it?
Philadelphia should have home court advantage in the next round, and they don't.
If they play Atlanta,
if Atlanta wins, then they do. But if Atlanta doesn't win, they're playing Boston. They shouldn't be playing Boston.
Sorry, Atlanta might tie that shit up, man. I ain't gonna lie.
There's the logic there. No.
Gerald, I'll explain it because the winner of the 2 and 7 will play the winner of the 3 and 6. That's how the playoffs have always worked. The winner of the
it's not.
Are you serious?
Jared, I'm going to explain it.
Happened. That's
Everyone just be quiet while I explain.
Go ahead, Mark.
How are you going to put Phoenix against Denver when Denver was Phoenix as a 4 and Denver was a 1 seed? The other two things aren't over yet. That makes no goddamn sense.
Let me explain it. Let me explain it. There we go. And in every playoffs in NBA history, the 1 seed plays the 8 seed. Yes, everyone knows that. The winner of the 1 seed and the 8 seed will then play the winner of the 4 and the 5 seed in the next round. That's how it's always gone. On the other side, 2 will play 7 and 3 will play 6. The winner of 2 and 7 will play the winner of 3 and 6. If the 2 seed wins, they will have home court advantage against the 3 seed. If the 7 seed wins, they will not have home court advantage against the 3 or the 6 seed because they were the lowest seed. Boston will have home court advantage against Philly.
Why is the Knicks playing Miami though? Knicks are 5th seed, minus an 8th seed. There's no way they can play each other.
Oh my God.
Gerald, because Miami played the 1 seed. So the winner of the 1 and 8 played the winner of the 4 and 5. The 5 seed won the 4 and 5 team. No, that's how the playoff brackets always work.
It makes no sense. There's no logic there.
All right, Gerald, listen.
That's how the playoffs always work.
Yeah, the brackets always work like that. But the amount of times where an 8 seed beat the 1 seed, I think it's like 6 or 7. I think it's 6 or 7 six times in NBA history. So of course, we're not used to seeing it like this because out of 75 years, this has only happened 6 times. So in the few years where it did happen, there was an 8 seed playing a 4 or 5 seed, and then they wouldn't have home court advantage versus the 2 and 3 seed. The thing is, we just never seen it like this before, ever.
It shouldn't be like this. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, though.
Oh my God! No!
Hold on. Whoa. Next time, the 1 seed should beat the 8 seed. That's what happens. One seed should be the 8th seed.
Gerald, it's like this, right? It's like this. The 1 seed, as a reward for being the 1 seed, they get the lighter
I understand
road.
that, dog. I get that.
Okay, so now when the 8th seed beats the 1 seed, now they take their spot. So now they're getting the easier road because they dethroned the 1 seed. That's what happened.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
I need my bottle.
Hey, man, back on
It defeats the point of having home court advantage.
No, it does not.
The point of fighting for home if you don't get in the next round.
Next time, the 1 seed
underperform against the 8 seed. So Boston wins, right? Boston plays Philadelphia. What does that make? You got
Boston is the 1.
Now 5 and 8 seed plays the next one. That makes no sense.
You don't want
the 8 seed. You beat the 8 seed.
This is going to go in circles. This is going to go in circles because this is crazy.
Hey,
This isn't the NFL. This isn't the NFL.
Go ahead, Bob.
Miami Heat, you were right about your team. I was right about my team.
Boston should play fucking Miami.
What the hell's going to happen?
And Philadelphia play the Knicks. That goes out.
Hold up, Gerald.
If Randle can play, I actually have a question this for Mars because this is more about the Knicks. If Randle played like he did last game in the first quarter, where he had 13 points, I think it was 5 or 6 assists, getting to the foul line, and he's consistent, you think we have a chance? I still see it going to Game 7. I don't know who's winning, but I'm asking you, if he plays that consistent, you think we have a chance? Because to me, he's the only flaw we really have. As far as a team, we play well as a team, and we are good as a team. But again, we're talking about Jimmy Buckets. But I just want to know what you think. If Randle plays as consistent he did before he got hurt, you think we have a chance?
If by some miracle Julius Randle isn't terrible, yes, I think the Knicks have a chance.
Okay, I'm gonna start going to church now. Thank you.
Yeah, but hoping for Julius Randle to play well. You might as well hope for Ben Simmons.
I'm a Knicks fan. We ain't been in this position in 10 years, so I'm already used to it. I
gotta applaud y'all though. I really have to applaud y'all. The way that you guys are able to overcome
I was surprised.
playoff Julius Randle.
I agree.
Is so crazy to me.
In 5 games.
He's been hurt.
I picked Cleveland too. I was wrong, but I picked Cleveland too. I was shocked by that shit too.
I should have betted $1 million on that shit.
Mitchell crumbled in that series.
I would have betted $1 million that Julius Randle was going to play like that, and the Knicks were going to lose. Because there was no way I thought y'all was gonna win with Julius Randle playing like that. I'm so serious. It's crazy.
I agree.
I'm done now. I'm happy. I don't even care about the Knicks or nothing. That's all I wanted to hear because it's been a while since I heard good news about my Knicks.
Nah.
Y'all could go.
Jalen Brunson. Oh, I love Jalen.
Yo,
I'm not gonna lie.
defense, with the left hand on the dunk.
Terrible mistakes.
I'm a believer.
I don't know what the hell the man was thinking about that. That made no damn sense. None.
Have hope, right, Doug?
Remember that TikToker that tried to say that Julius Randle was the best player in the team? Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, he's top 15. He's top 20.
RJ Barrett for Garland. That worked out. I mean, not Garland, for Mitchell. That was actually pretty. That actually kind of worked out.
You guys would still be better with Donovan Mitchell.
But Dub.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I just gotta run with it. I just gotta run with it because we run.
What's up, BGM? What's up, BGM?
What you guys got? Go ahead, man.
BMG. BGM.
Oh, BMG.
I will say though, as much as like I said, I wanted Denver and Philly in the finals. I didn't know like the casualty was going to be Miami taking out Milwaukee this early. I didn't see that. I wasn't thinking that was going to happen. But if Atlanta does what I think they will, if Atlanta comes back on, I mean Tatum, I can't do Tatum as superstar.
You know what? And I will stand 10 toes on that. If Atlanta sits here and beats Boston, I would crucify them too. The same way I'm crucifying.
Oh yeah, Tatum's on front line.
There's no way.
It would be more of a disappointment than the Bucks.
Yeah, it would be.
I don't know about that.
Way more. The way
because Giannis 3-1 lead is worse than losing
let's be
Hey, I don't know.
No. First off, Giannis missed 2.5 games.
Yeah. They lost in 5. They lost every game that Giannis was a part of.
But blowing a 3-1 lead is worse.
Choking a 3-1 lead?
Miami got to the conference final.
No, bro. The way y'all overhyped the Celtics, they was hold on.
They're both egregious.
They're both bad.
They're both really bad.
Both bad, yeah.
The way y'all hyped up Boston, they supposed to sweep the fucking Hawks.
I thought they were going to win in 5. Come on now. Dub's like the president of the hyping up.
They were supposed to sweep them.
You know what? I have to say that the play-in played in your favor. The odds were in your favor with the play-in because when y'all lost,
I was
and
happy
now
we
you
lost
got
to
the
the
Bucks
Hawks.
and Jimmy went off.
Yep.
What do you say about the play-in? Because you guys would have been playing the 76ers? No, not the 76ers. My fault.
They would have been playing Boston.
The way
we would have never saw Jimmy
I literally said
like this.
I literally said when they asked me about the game, us losing to the Hawks, I said I don't care. I literally said I don't care that we lost. I said I would rather face the Bucks and Boston.
That'd been funny if you said that and then y'all lost to the Bulls. That'd have been funny.
We almost lost.
I mean, it was looking like it was gonna happen.
It looked like it, but Jimmy had to turn on his playoff free throw merchant mode. So.
Back.
Then DeMar became DeMar in the playoffs.
Zach was trying to attack hard as Jimmy Butler was, and he wasn't getting the call.
Either game.
Levine wasn't getting the ball, man. Levine wasn't getting the same amount of free throws as Jimmy Butler was, man. That was.
Fellas, I'm gonna rotate the panel, man. But y'all be easy. Appreciate the support. 100%. Y'all be easy.
Sixers in 6.
5, 6.
Hey, Dub. Gridiron is tonight, right?
Yeah, we're doing a live draft.
Oh shit. Okay. My Bears getting Jalen Carter. My Bears getting Jalen. No.
Safe,
we might trade the 7th pick to the Titans to get Derrick Henry.
We don't care about this.
I feel you. Yo, Kevo,
Right,
I'll
I'm out.
talk to you later about it. You be safe, bro.
Y'all be
peace.
I don't care about the trade and 7 pick for Derrick Henry.
Yo, all right. Listen, for everybody who's gonna join the StreamYard link, I am booting anyone who's taking Ace 30 spots because I need Ace 30 up here. I'm not even gonna lie. I need Ace 30. So Ace 30, if you're still there, please pull up, bro. I need you here. But we got some super chats, man. Donovan Samuels, again, appreciate you, man. The NBA has brackets just like the NCAA tournament. It hasn't changed.
Yeah, it's been the same throughout history.
Oh, we had a repeat offender in here. Hit 44. He's saying the seeding shouldn't be locked. The logic is wrong. So Boston should play Heat in round 2 because of seeding entering playoffs. 2v8, 3v7.
But it still makes sense. But I get what you're saying, but it just makes sense that why would we change it just because the team's upset? No, you know the bracket you're in.
My bad. Read the next one. I'm trying to get this dude up here.
Kwabe, Gerald Butler came in on smoke. He's cooking us up. Totally. Hit 44. He's asking for a fluid seeding system based off regular season record, not upsets to determine matchups. He wants Philly versus the Knicks and Boston versus the Heat. Cool. Vamp. Shout out to Vamp, by the way.
Shout out to Vamp. Shout out to Vamp, bro. Great guy.
If the 1 seed had to potentially play the 2 or 3 seed next round, no team would ever go for the 1 seed. Playing 4 to 5 is a reward for the best record. Exactly.
Hey, and Dub's World is now accepting super chats, man. We got approved, bro. We get the ads. We're monetized. We're officially a YouTube partner, bro. So salute to everybody for Dub's World, man.
Shout out to you, man.
Thank you.
No problem. Are we bringing people up, or are you just?
I'm trying to get Ace 30 in here, bro. It's annoying.
Well, I'm gonna bring people up while you do that.
Go ahead.
Yo, what's good? Hey,
oh man,
Big Tyson.
Oh man,
hello, people.
What the
hell?
hell?
Hold on, man. How you guys want to start this off, man? How you guys want to start this? Man?
I would like to start it off. But a sidebar before I do start it off. Did y'all happen to see that the chick from the girl from the Louisville basketball team just transferred to LSU? Haley Van Lith.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, she just transferred, bro. That's some real Katie. That's some Katie shit right there, bro. Like,
damn, they ain't competitive.
That's some Katie shit
No
right
Katie
there,
slander.
bro.
No Katie slander.
We definitely slandering that.
We got somebody to put in a pack leaf. Now I don't want to hear none of that. We got somebody to put in a pack leaf. We need to put packs.
Yeah. We definitely listen. All right, I'm gonna start it off. We definitely gonna do packs tonight. Bottom line is, Giannis folded last night, man. They folded. You know, and I'm not letting Drew Holiday off the hook last night. He was looking like a steak and crab dinner out there. Like, that's serious, bro.
Oh,
like,
wait. My bad. Dale.
Thank you.
Dale. Look at you.
I was about to say the same.
Put him in the tight zone.
Put him in the tight zone.
What happened?
Wait.
What happened? He told us.
Wait, who that?
Me and Mars, word for word, bar for bar. Oh man, when Giannis wins the chips this year, I can't wait for you to say he's the best in the world. Oh man, when Giannis grabs the chip, he's gonna be the best in the world. There's no way he's not the best. There's no way he's not the best. Dale, what you gotta say, man?
I was just about to bring up Dale.
I'm a wait, who that?
Dale sitting in silence. Dale, come on,
man. Let Dale respond.
Oh damn! I thought I was.
Put him in the tight zone.
Yeah, Dale.
Put him in the tight zone, dog. Put him in the tight zone. Put him in the tight zone, dog.
Say something.
Dale, we need you to explain yourself.
Yeah, fight back, Dale. Fight back.
Dale. What happened? What happened?
You on mute, big dog? You on mute?
Dale's ducking the smoke. Crazy.
He talking.
He's ducking the smoke, man. He's ducking the smoke.
Why you pull up? Why you pull up here?
Yeah, we'll keep him up here. We'll keep him up here until he gets his connection, because I think it's a connection issue. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Giannis Giannis folded last night, bro. All those free throws, he clearly ran from the moment, bro. When he got that jump ball and he quickly almost threw the ball in the turnover. It was supposed to it was a turnover by Drew Holiday, and they called that a jump ball to lead to that and everything. And then I gotta say, man, Jimmy almost 100 points in the last 2 games, man. Yo, Jimmy came out there, bro, and he told Drew Holiday to his face, bro, like, yo, you don't got nothing for me. You don't got nothing for me, bro. Like, and I was going a little bit crazy last night, but with all that being said, I think Giannis is still top player in the world.
Top one.
Top number one.
Yeah. I think Giannis is still number one.
I'm not, and you see, I'm not mad.
And I don't mind the people who still
it.
think Giannis is the best. I don't like the people who are switching up.
No. I think Giannis is still the best player in the league. Obviously, I still got my MVP as Jokic, but I still got Giannis as the best in the world. Even though he did get outplayed this series, man, in the 2-4 games that he played in the last 2 games. And if you want to go back to game 1, he played 11 minutes. But he went. Bottom line is he went 0-2. He went lost on the road last night. That was clearly his fault.
You there? You there now? You there?
Is my mic good?
Hey,
there we go, Dale.
There we go.
We got him. We got him.
Dale, talk to us. Talk to us, Dale. Talk to us.
All I can say is, first of all, I already said this like 3 times already. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. I just want to say I was wrong and you were right.
So you could do
Get on your knees.
Bro, I sound like Buddy crying.
Hey, yo.
My bad.
Why I sound like you crying though?
Easy.
My bad.
You look too hyped, though. You look too hyped.
My bad, Dale, go ahead.
You were right about Giannis, man. I'm wrong, and I take everything I said about Giannis back.
No, don't do that, bro. You ain't got to do that.
See, that's the thing, right? That's the thing, right? I don't. I'm fine if you still think Giannis is the best, right? I'm just mad at the whole championship run and shit. That's all I'm mad about.
Dub.
Now, people were
That's
hyping up
man. What are y'all talking about? What is we talking about?
Because the problem was people was like,
Hold up. Can I add some logic to this?
Go ahead.
Can I add some logic to this?
Let's go.
What's up, Tyson?
Yeah.
Man, all we got to do is salute the Miami Heat. Salute Jimmy Butler for going crazy. Giannis missed 2 games and ran into a buzzsaw, bro.
True.
He ran into a buzzsaw. Jimmy got going, and it wasn't no putting this dude out. So you got to salute. Everybody takes L's, bro. Everybody takes L's. We know Giannis' deficiencies. That's all fact. Even that said, he's still a top player in the league. To me, it's no definitive best player in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? You can make an argument for several different 3 or 4 players. And after that, you know what I'm saying? Take your L and come back next year. He ran into Hemi. Hemi is him this series. And that's the end of it.
Hemi Jordan.
And that's
Jordan down.
Can we give a shout out?
Because I mean, like, as fans, we do kind of honestly we overreact, but I'm like, it doesn't take away how we overreact. We overreact, but like it doesn't
overreact. We overreact into him.
Can we give a shout out to Kevin Love in this series, please?
We need to give a shout out to the whole Miami Heat. They showed 45%.
Yeah, they the Miami Heat.
But
they ran into a buzzsaw, bro.
Miami. Listen, Miami definitely put on from 3, but Kevin Love, I think he adjusted to that team very, very quickly. I didn't think he was gonna get playing time.
Because like Jimmy Butler,
that's because you got tricked by the LeBron James fans thinking he was washed 5 years ago.
I don't get tricked by LeBron fans. That's one thing I don't do. That's one thing I don't do. That's one thing I do. Enough of LeBron related tricks.
Hold on, wait. I do need everyone. Kevin Love didn't adjust. He just got PT. Like he didn't adjust.
Yeah, it's the same play.
Yeah, Cleveland should have got rid of him. Cleveland should have got rid of him.
Yeah, he was just shooting the threes that he was shooting on Cleveland. You know,
and he was actually doing well on Cleveland before he got traded, right?
Yeah, I ain't like but Mars dub content.
That's all it was. It was Jimmy Butler.
Nah, but y'all know I'm a Atlanta guy. If we win this game 6, I'm gonna be pushing narratives. I don't care, even though I'm logical. I do care.
Push every narrative you need.
I'm gonna push a narrative.
I need a game 6.
I don't push narratives, but I'm gonna push a narrative.
I want to ask you.
And we win this game 6.
Hey, Dev, I need to know what narrative you're gonna be pushing, bro. Like,
I'm gonna say stop comparing trade to y'all. I'm gonna say stop comparing trade to y'all. That's the narrative I'm gonna push.
That's fine. I think trade.
I'm not gonna push no crazy narrative. I'm not gonna be that crazy.
That's fine. Dale, what was you about to say?
So I want to ask y'all if Jimmy, let's say, because what he was averaging in that series, like almost 40,
like 37,
35. I think he's averaging like 35, 36.
Oh, hold up.
Jordan numbers.
Yo, if Jimmy he does some crazy shit and he just averages like 33 in the playoffs, 32, takes them all the way to the finals and beat the team that come out the West. Where does this rank in all time?
This is the best player front ever.
Best player front ever.
It's better than Dirk. It's better than Hakeem.
That would be the first AC to win a championship, right?
Yeah, that's
the
first one.
That's the best ever.
If Jimmy played like this for a whole player front and won a ring, that's the best player.
With this team, that's crazy. With this team, it's crazy.
Especially
that's absolutely bananas.
You know, people are gonna start saying like Jimmy Butler's like a top 30 player of all time.
Yeah, people are gonna put him over like Kawhi.
He'll jump straight over like James Harden and Chris Paul.
Right, I ain't gonna lie. Right now,
if he does, he should jump over Chris Paul.
The two best playoff performers right now is Jimmy and Devin Booker as we speak. Yeah.
Brunson got to be
Jimmy and Devin Booker.
I'd like to hear the people tell me why.
Shout out Book.
If Jimmy played like this the whole run and
Shout
won a
out
chip,
Book.
How would Hakeem's 95 run be better than this? I would genuinely like people to answer me that question.
Close, bro.
There's no answer.
Yes, Hakeem was a 6 seed. That team also had Clyde Drexler. They were a very good team. I would like you to tell me how this run would be lesser than Hakeem's. I genuinely am curious.
That was 95 on that March.
Yeah, the 95 Rockets that were the 6 seed.
Yeah. I think you might have a better argument with the 94, but not the 95.
Got a better argument with the Dallas Mavericks 2011.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
When we're talking about
it's a conversation with the Dirk one.
When we're talking about just strictly like the individual performance and overcoming, because we're talking about a team run, like a team, the Mavs team run. Okay, I see that argument. But we're talking about Dirk and his run. Hakeem and his run, Jimmy.
Because Dirk has more help than Jimmy right now. Dirk has, and only that thing, they beat the Bucks in 5 games. They beat the 1 seed in 5 games. That's way more impressive than that's crazy.
I know what Hakeem did was crazy because he beat Carmelo and Stockton. I mean, it is Carmelo and Stockton, but he beat them. He then came back from 3-1 against Phoenix. People seem to forget Charles Barkley blew that 3-1 leads. He then beat David Robertson in the conference finals. We all know, everyone's watched that series, I think, or has at least seen the clips. And then he swept Orlando. So if you want to say, he played better teams, sure. But the Rockets were clearly better than this Miami team. And they were the 8 seeds. Houston were a 6 seed because they got Clyde Drexler midway through the season.
Right.
And then they elevated and took another jump. Jimmy Butler don't have nothing close to that. His team is legitimate. You could argue is bad.
Drexler was hooping too. Drexler was going crazy a lot of those games.
We asked Bam to step up, and he stepped up. Salute to Bam, man. He definitely
Bam had 20, 10, and 10 last night. If I'm not
Dub, how long?
I was guarding Giannis 1-on-1 in the post. I mean,
finally,
I've been waiting for this.
Honestly, Dub, how do you see the series going? The Knicks have a good defense and Brunson playing good. How long do you got the Knicks in Miami series going? You can answer. Y'all can all answer on the panel.
I already answered. Yeah, it's 6 or 7. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna play it safe. I got Miami in 6. I just don't think with the Knicks' history against playoff performance like Jimmy,
the Knicks are gonna nick a bucket.
It's just
and Julius Randle is still on the team. Y'all never
Julius Randle is hurt. Julius Randle hurt. He hurt.
But the thing is, Coach Thibodeau's a way better coach than
If he doesn't play, I think the Knicks might win. If he doesn't,
I also do. Coach Thibodeau's gonna
the Knicks got a better chance, but I think the Knicks history against good playoff performance is just not good, bro.
I also do put in the context of the Knicks playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers unit, who literally cannot space the floor at all to save their life. I do take their defense with. I'm contextual. I'm not overrating it. I'm just saying contextualizing their defense. I got to see how they go against a unit that can actually shoot the 3 ball because they were just willing. They were able to just commit to Darius Garland and Donovan.
Yeah, it was bad.
Quick question,
man.
What's up?
Quick question.
Mobley needs to develop a jump shot. It is a glaring issue. You can see when they have 2 big men, especially the fact that the aggression that Mobley has, it comes and goes. Jarrett Allen, it comes and goes. So the fact that you can't even rely on Mobley to space out the floor for you, it's ridiculous. Donovan Mitchell has to go tunnel vision. He has to go tunnel vision.
I definitely agree with that. And to add to that, I think he need to get better away from the basket, man. Obviously, Giannis need to do something away from the basket. Get a floater, get a jump hook, get something, bro.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
What was you about to say, Ty?
I was gonna ask. So, in the Miami New York series, we all say that Miami is favored, right?
I think a lot of people are favored.
I don't know.
Slightly favored. I think the odds.
I don't know.
I don't know who's the favorite.
Okay,
I would say Miami is favored. They got Jimmy. They got the best player.
Okay.
Them just because
That being said, how do we think Jimmy responds? Because I feel like Jimmy in this underdog role is amazing. I don't know how Jimmy responds in a, almost like a favor role. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how he responds to that role because Jimmy in an underdog role is incredible. I want to see.
That's not true. No, that's not true. Because last season he was performing well, and he was the favorites for a lot of those series apart from the Boston Celtics.
Apart from the Boston Celtics series?
Yeah, like they were favored on in the first and second round, but then the Boston Celtics unit with Tyler Hero being hurt, that's the only time he was the underdog.
Nah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy because it's kind of crazy.
I think that series gonna go to Game 7 though. I feel like I just want to say this about Jalen Brunson. I know he's been getting a lot of love, but I think he's not getting as much love as he should be. And
no, he is.
He is.
No, what I'm saying though, because he was in college playing this exact same way. I think he could have went to the league after his third or second year.
He's got more opportunity now.
I'm saying, but what I'm saying though is he's always been a winner type of player when it came to them big moments. When when the game was on the line in these championship type of teams, he was always that type of player to push his team over the edge. He always had winning capabilities, and I think we're seeing that what he's doing with the Knicks right now is that he's showing that winning mentality that he had when he was in Villanova.
He showed it in Dallas.
I agree with you.
In Dallas,
who's a craftier player to y'all?
I think we got to show some. We got to show some love to Josh Hart too, bro.
Josh Hart been playing crazy.
Josh Hart been the difference maker for that team, bro.
Josh Hart's rebounding as a guard is crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like Quickly's gonna be an X factor in the next series.
Hey, hold up! I ain't see Ty in a minute, bro. Like, yo, the Suns and Denver matchup, but we need to get to that real soon, bro. Like, because
let's do it.
Before we get into that, I want to ask who you guys think is a more craftier player, Malcolm Brogdon or Jalen Brunson?
I think I'll go with Brunson. I'll go with Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. Yeah, Jalen Brunson's the first guard since like Sam Cassell, first point guard since like Sam Cassell post game. Like he's the only one. Like if you can tell me anyone between Sam Cassell and Jalen Brunson with post game,
what he did to CP3 last year was just.
Phillips used to have a nice little post game too, but you're right. Like where he's consistently going into it, and it's just money, just the counters that he does every time. It's a perfect counter.
I got a question. I got a quick question. Quick question for y'all. 2 minutes left, down by 5. Steph Curry or Trae Young?
Steph Curry.
I'm gonna put it in Trae Young.
I'm taking Trae.
Wait. Steph has never made a shot in that situation.
Right.
But
I'm an Atlanta guy.
Steph down in 5 minutes, bro. Come on, bro. What are we doing?
A better player, but I'm taking Trae.
No
2 minutes left.
I'm taking Trae.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I'm taking the best shooter.
I gotta rotate the guests, fellas. I gotta rotate the guests.
And Trae shot so efficient yesterday. Even though he won, he shot very efficient.
Hey, Dub. What time y'all going?
Guess what? He still won the game.
Hold up, fellas. I gotta rotate the guests. Gridiron will be at 8:00 EST tonight when the draft starts. So tune into that. But I gotta rotate the guests.
But before I go, bro, I like to remind anybody if y'all considering bashing the Packers tonight, I will be wearing my Packer hat. Man.
I just want to say this.
Before I go, let's get Dubs one everybody in the year.
Yeah, Dub. Hey, salute Dub, man, for being monetized.
Let's get Dub.
Salute Mars.
I heard you got the money back now, bro.
Dubstradamus. Salute Dubstradamus with the predictions.
That's the bottle, dog.
Yeah, I told you.
You too. You were
like, me too.
Me too. First pick, bro. Know that, man.
You got me, bro. You got me.
I
give you your flowers, homie.
I'm going live tonight too, bro, for the game.
I had the biggest smoke for you. I was completely wrong, Dub. I didn't think Giannis was going to do this. And, Dub, I just want to say I'm sorry again, man.
They need to break that team up.
That's nice.
They need to break that team up, man. Yo, I'm going live tonight, bro.
Luka MVP 2023. Luka MVP 2023.
In the air.
Crazy, bro. Ty, you be safe, bro. Appreciate it.
Hey, man, I'll catch y'all later, man. Have a good one.
Yes, sir, man. You too.
Shout out to our GOAT members, Comatose and Jeremiah SMR, by the way. If you want to be a GOAT member, link in the description. And also subscribe to me and Dub's channels, man. Like
facts, subscribe. Facts, man. Mars, read some super chats. I'm really trying to get Ace 30 up here.
Deco W Dubs World, indeed. W Dubs World. Shout out to Dub for becoming a YouTube partner. Deco again, Tyson spitting the facts. He was indeed spitting the facts.
Facts.
The Trib won. By the way, not enough people thinking about it, but best player in the East right now is Jimmy. Who's knocking them out? Heat in the finals if Jimmy and Bam are healthy. Best player left in the East is Jimmy, is what he's saying. He's not. It's Embiid. But
okay.
Dub.
All right, man.
Dub.
We will wait for these playoffs to finish. I'm sorry, Mars. I'm sorry. The playoff translation is move. I'm not gonna lie, Mars, bro. When have you really seen something like this, bro?
Don't be prisoner of the moment.
I know. I don't like doing it. I don't like it. I don't like it. But bro, if Joel Embiid can have a healthy postseason series, a postseason run, come on, bro. Like, come on. We have to dock him for that. Compared to a guy where in the regular season, we know he's taking breaks, and the postseason, bro, he's performing like a top 5 player.
He is. Right now he is. And last year, yeah, he was a top 5 player performer as well. But
Mars, I know. But we value what happens in the playoffs more in the regular season, right?
Yeah, player translation, yes, 100%.
So it's like, bro, I don't know. That's my main thing with Joel. I know how good he is, bro. But come on, bro. We've never seen it. We have not seen it at all.
I see what you're saying, but I'm like, Embiid's just better than him.
I know you don't want to pull the trigger. It's okay. I want the same boat, but maybe we'll wait for this playoffs to finish, man. We'll see. We'll come to a conclusion. Was that the last super chat?
That was indeed the last super chat.
All right, let's get Sturdy in the building. Yo, what happened, bro? What happened? Hey, 30, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you, fam.
Oh, wow. I'm apparently I've been labeled as the Bucks advocate now. But okay, I'll take that.
Mars, wasn't he?
You were advocating for the Bucks. You were
advocating.
What I did was Mars. I reiterated to Dub on how well they improved during the regular season, and that same day, Dub, on Dub's World, I reminded you on why I didn't have them as the favorites. Remember that?
Yeah,
but
we caping for them. You still caping for them.
But now let me give props. Jimmy Butler had one of the greatest playoff series. Period. Second thing, Mars, you was completely right on how that team was built around Giannis. Absolutely flawed. And the best thing, actually, Dub, you actually kind of helped out the Heat. Actually helped out the Milwaukee Bucks in long term because now they have realistic incentive to fire Coach Bud to actually get Nick Nurse. If they get Nick Nurse, Dub, that's a problem for the league.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared of Nick Nurse going to Milwaukee.
That's a problem for the league.
That would be great. That would be amazing. Go ahead.
But Mars, I don't know if you missed in the chat. I said, if you're going by relative true shooting percentage, okay, I get it. I did effective field goal percentage because, granted, free throws is definitely
because Giannis can't make free throws, so you think
I kept it the same because even though free throws is constant in NBA history, you can't really scheme against free throws. So I did effective field goal percentage when I did those players. But you go about true shooting percentage, you're absolutely right. But nonetheless, when you do those comparisons, do you just do the relative defensive efficiency to the team, or do you compare it to superstar players or superstar volume scores as well?
Well, I do it relative to the team you go against because I can't, like, for example, if KD plays against the Clippers and Jokic plays against the Timberwolves, I can only compare it against the team you played against, and then I can cross-reference it. Like, I don't know what the numbers are, but let's say Jokic was +4 against the Timberwolves and KD was +7 against the Clippers. Like, I can cross-reference, be like, well, one was +4 and one was +7. But then you do have to look at the strength of the opponent defense they were going against and see why this number being higher is like it indicates a bit less. But overall, it's just literally just comparing how you go against the opponents you went against. Because if you go against a weaker defense and you have a 60% true shooting, and someone goes against a stronger defense and has 60%, the person who goes against a stronger defense is still more efficient. And I do think the relative true shooting still does capture that as much as possible. But I do think there is some like context that you do still need to put into each of these numbers. But Giannis is just
what do you consider? What do you have to rank relative to that playoff year to be considered elite defense?
Ace 30. My bad. Ace 30 because I gotta use the bathroom real quick. But I just want to remind something. Is this Bucks team better than the Bucks team in 2021?
I still think. I stand
on that. Yeah, I think they are because this team still has more depth. It has way more depth in the post comparison 2021.
Nah, fuck that shit. I don't believe that. Having a healthy Chris Middleton, who was a better defender, he didn't score that bad, so he was being a good shooter, but he didn't have the rim pressure. On top of that, Giannis being able to hit that mid-range shot, hit that three-point shot at least a little bit. The Bucks were better in 2021.
Dope. That's Mars said it perfectly. That's an anomaly year. Like, why are you holding Giannis to that standard. We literally only did that one time.
All I said, A30, was that the 2021 Bucks were a better team than this team. That's all. That's all I said, and I stand on it because of that anomaly year. So
they actually might be, but I think the reason they might be is just because PJ Tucker. To be honest, I think PJ Tucker just gave them an element of wing defense that they completely don't have at this point. Drew Holiday is their only viable perimeter defender, and I think them having PJ Tucker who could guard on the wing and allowed them to be a lot more versatile in terms of containing 3-pointers. Because with Brook Lopez and Giannis, and then occasionally putting Bobby Portis out there, your mobility is just a lot worse than it was with PJ Tucker. So now that I think about it, the 2021 Bucks might have been a better team.
Yeah, but when you also take into account, but I'm thinking we also take into account on the improvements of Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez, especially offensively. They do supplement. People forget PJ Tucker was not shooting well, period, in that whole playoff run. He just wasn't. Yeah. But he did provide excellent defense. So I'm thinking you can still, as a team, maintain that high efficiency and elite as a team defensively, but they got way better offensive output from those guys than what PJ Tucker was ever doing. I want to progress the conversation because a lot of people don't know this is only the 6th time in NBA history that AC beat a 1 seed. So Mars, in your opinion, where does this one rank up to the other ones? You got the first one with Mutombo Nuggets beating the Supersonics. You got obviously the We Believe against the Dirk. You got the Knicks against, I believe, the Nets in the lockout year when they went to the finals. And you also have the I think it was the Hawks, right? The Hawks that beat the Bulls in 2011.
2012, I think.
Oh, and in 2011, and you're right. 2011, we have the Spurs also lost to the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The ones that the Spurs losing to the Grizz, like they were dealing with injuries, so automatically I think okay, that's a bit that's a less egregious one. I think I said on Dubs World, I think this is better than the We Believe Warriors, in my opinion, because I think the We Believe Warriors were just a much better team than this Miami team. Like they made like similar to how I said the 95 Rockets. The Warriors made some moves closing the season, so they weren't a great team early on, but they made some moves. They brought in, I think, Steven Jackson came in midway through the season. I think Al Harrington came in midway through the season. So they brought in some players midway through the season to elevate their team. So they were an 8 seed, but I think they were just better than an 8 seed in my opinion. So, and even though the Dallas Mavericks were like 65 wins or something.
Yeah, they had the number one record in the league, and Dirk was MVP.
I still think the Bucks were a better team than that Dallas team was. They were both like 2 years removed from the finals. But I think this Bucks team, that defense that they had, the Dallas team wasn't an elite defense. Like what Jimmy Butler in particular was able to do against this level of defense is something that the We Believe Warriors, they had a very good series. But I just think they were a much better team than this Miami team. So I have them over them. So I think this might be the best 1-8 upset. I think it goes the Miami, Milwaukee, the We Believe Warriors. I'll go with Denver upsetting Seattle because
I'm surprised you ain't got that one number one because remember Seattle was up 0-2 and at that time they went best of 5 and they lost in overtime both game 4 and game 5. You want to talk about a team with no elite scores?
I think the reason I think them being best of 5, I think best of 5, like when I compare it to best of 7, I'm like, if you beat a team 3 times out of 5 versus 4 times out of 7, and in Miami's case, 4 times out of 5, like that, like to me, that's domination. Seattle lost in a couple of close games and they ended up losing in 5 games, but Miami genuinely just outplayed the number 1 seed. I think Denver they had a few good breaks and they got lucky and they beat them. Credit to them. That's why they're number 3. But Miami genuinely just were the better team over a 5-game series that was best of 7. That's why I favor them.
Choke job's killer.
And then the Knicks one, I don't hold in very high regard. It's a 50-game season. Like I don't think they would have been an 8 seed over the course of a whole season. So they were just the 8 seed over like 50 games. I know Ewing was hurt, but I don't think that was an 8 seed caliber team. It's the same reason I don't think the Warriors were an 8 seed caliber team in the We Believe.
What about the Bulls? What about the Bulls and the Hawks?
Those were the Sixers in 2012 when we only won because
wasn't D-Rose
injured one of those years?
D-Rose tore his ACL in that series. Yeah,
and Joe
That's similar to the San Antonio situation where it's injuries that made them lose. And the reason why I'm not using the injuries for the Bucks, they won the one game without Giannis and they lost 2 with Giannis with choking fourth quarter leads. Like they just got outplayed.
Absolutely choking.
So the Spurs and Chicago, I put them at the bottom of the list simply because of injuries, and then I'll go the Knicks, the next one, because I don't think they were a true 8 seed. Then Denver and Seattle simply because it was a 5-game series, and I think they didn't just outplay the 1 seed to the level where I think the We Believe Warriors and the Miami Heat did. And then I'm just taking Miami over the We Believe Warriors. It might be because of recency bias, but I just think the Miami Heat were just a much worse team. There we go. That's me ranking them.
Yeah, it is recency bias, but I when you put it like that, I can't. We made a good case. Last question. Now we can spread the mic. How has Giannis got exposed again? Because I'm missing that part. Because a lot of casual narrative fans, like what Mark was talking about on the panel today, few of them came up today, like football breakdown, and really football primarily. How did Giannis get exposed? I didn't know. I didn't go into the series. Did we believe Giannis was a good free throw shooter? Do you believe that Giannis had an in-between game? I didn't. The Bucks got exposed. Budenholzer, I don't even think Budenholzer got exposed. That's like he's like regressed somehow. So it's like Drew Holiday got exposed. Like what do people mean by Giannis got exposed? I'm missing that.
I agree with you because every flaw I knew the Bucks had and Giannis had, they all just got brought to the light against Miami. I knew this was why they weren't going to win. I didn't think Miami was going to be the team to beat them. But everything I knew about Giannis before the series, I still know the exact same things. It's not like he surprised anyone with any of this. He's the exact guy I said he was the whole time. So I don't think that's why me saying Giannis was like I was leaning towards him as the best before. I still lean towards him as the best now, possibly, because he's the same guy I knew he was. It's the people who act like he had no flaws. They think he's been exposed because they didn't seem to acknowledge that this is who he's been for a very long time. And then
I want to give Mars credit because last year I was blinded by how great Giannis played against the Celtics. And although he did not have a postgame in that series, he was still able to dominate, and I was very blinded by that. But during the beginning of this season, I saw that he was just very uncomfortable in the post, and Bud would just not put him in those positions. And to put it in perspective, Giannis attempts probably, I think, a half possessions in the post, and doesn't even give a point per game. Perspective on that, Julius Randle, who's ass, attempts 1.5 post-ups per game and gives you 1.5. So he's a better post-up player than Giannis. But Giannis, I feel, is just Bud isn't helping him in that regard. He's just not putting him in those positions. And if he's just helped him in that, which he hasn't done since he's gotten to Milwaukee, because even in 2021, he had a little more touch around the rim, yes, but he still wouldn't even post him up in that series against the Suns. He was just hitting those short shots and hitting his free throws, so it was a little masked up.
So the main thing about Giannis being exposed in this series is that you had a lot of people having too much belief in, Giannis don't need to be a good mid-range shooter. He don't need to be a good free throw shooter. He don't need to be a good three-point shooter, and they'll still be able to get the job done. That's what Giannis being exposed is. When Giannis in his game is primarily in transition or he's just bulldozing his way to the rim, that's something that's not really successful, especially in the postseason, right?
See, Dub, that's why I disagree with you there, because I'm not saying Giannis does not need to improve his game. I personally believe he needs from a free throw line, from the distance between free throw line and to the basket, between the free throw line and restricted area, he needs a few go-to moves. He needs to improve his touch around the rim. That's the main part of the area he needs to improve. But what I told you, Dub, is like a lot of people not giving Giannis his credit for the level of playmaking. In terms of that aspect, he has improved in. He was throughout this season and those 2 games that he has played, he was dominating a lot of people up.
But you're helping.
Hold on. Because we've seen players with limited skill sets build a roster around them to compensate for those weaknesses. There is no perfect player. Shaq was able to win. He was always a trash free throw shooter. He never had a good mid-range shot. But guess what? Teams were smart enough to put elite ISO players like a Penny, like a Wade, like a Kobe around him with complementary shooters. So what I am saying is I'm not saying Giannis just need to stop progressing this game. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying I just can't give the logic of he needs a free throw shot. he needs a
he does. And let me tell you, he does. And let me tell you why. And you literally just said it. He said he needs to improve on. He needs to add some go-to moves to that in between the free throw line and then that 5 to 9 feet. He needs to restrict. He needs that 5 to 9 feet. Go-to moves. He needs to improve on that, especially on this team. My issue is to act as if. Don't get me wrong. Of course, there's some guys that sit here and their lack of deficiencies, they're able to make more of it. But Giannis Antetokounmpo and the team he's a part of, he does not fit under this category right now. He needs to have that in order to win on this Bucks unit. In order for him to win and for him to play at the same level which he's playing at now, they need to surround him with even more pieces than he already has. I mean, this guy has what everyone thought the best perimeter defender in the league right now. He has 2 big men who could stretch the floor out, who could shoot threes for him to create space. He has shooters all around him, and he still needs that mid-range game. He still needs the mid-range game. He still needs the free throw line game. So in this scenario in which he's part of right now, he needs to either get his game right to improve upon his game so that so that he can contend for titles, or they need to really have a serious conversation of moving pieces around to surround him around better talent. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you can't win with Giannis with him playing this way, but it's going to be extremely difficult for you to find those pieces in order to win.
Yeah, Dub is right.
So what you're saying is they can finesse a trade for Dame. That's what you're saying.
If they get Dame and Giannis, they are my pick to win. They are my pick to win. I promise you.
I'm letting you know, Dub. If they fired Bud, hire Nick Nurse, and they finesse a trade, something along the lines of Middleton, a couple role players come off the bench, and a future draft picks to get Dame, it's over.
They're winning. No, I think they're winning. 100%.
Can I ask one question?
Go ahead.
Nick Nurse is a great coach, but offensively, he's not great. Like, what is he really solving for the Bucks' offensive issues?
Offensive issues, I can't answer that, Morris, because like Fluid is right. He does depend on his assistant coaches for the offensive schemes, but I'm saying they could have won this series with any half of defensive adjustments. The fact that Bud,
yes.
Jesus, man.
Simple adjustments, right? Simple adjustments.
Yo, that was
horrible. Made, bro.
I agree with that. Coach Bud might be the only coach in the NBA who could have lost this series. Like, I think Doc Rivers wins this series. Like, that's how Steven Silas wins this series. That's how bad Coach Bud was.
Damn.
Nah, Coach.
Not only did he have a timeout at the end of regulation, he also had a timeout in overtime.
It was bad.
When he saw Giannis just trying to run through Jimmy Butler, falling over, and then they ended up going to Grayson Allen. He could have called a timeout in that situation. His whole plan the whole time was Brook Lopez in a deep drop, Drew Holiday single coverage on Jimmy Butler. The whole time. Like, there's no way like any coach with any ounce of a brain cell could have figured out that's not working. Let's try something else. A trap, double team, anything, blitz, something, do something. Exactly. Like
the drop coverage.
Steve Nash wins the series. Steve Nash wins that series. Anyone wins it. Anyone wins it.
No, it's facts though.
Jim Boylan wins that series.
It's simple.
Any coach wins
I'll
that
spin the
series.
blocks, though.
Bro.
My bad.
Yeah, I gotta rotate the guests anyway, bro. Appreciate y'all, bro.
Yeah, I got a question. Hey, Doug.
Go ahead, man.
I just got one question for and both of y'all can answer this. In regards to like the Nuggets and Suns series, defensively, how should the Suns play this in regards to the Nuggets? Because you have Jokic, of course, and then you have him, Ayton defending on him. Like, how can the Suns kind of deal with the Nuggets in a way defensively?
The way I'm looking at it is, I'm
For
gonna
Suns.
have
I'm sorry.
for the Suns defensively.
Yeah,
right?
for the Suns defense. Yeah, for the
What
Suns.
I would do if I'm the Suns, I mean, I'm gonna have to live with Jokic doing what he's doing. I am doubling Jamal Murray every single time. I make sure he's not getting off because Jokic is gonna dominate no matter what. I don't think they have the personnel to be able to stop him. I just don't think they do. So I'll say try to limit Jamal Murray, send him double teams, make it harder for him to go off because I think they'll be able to win the series if they limit Jamal Murray and let Jokic do whatever he does. You feel me? So that's how I would do for the Suns because Kevin Durant and DeAndre Ayton, I don't care how many schemes you're going to put up. I don't think you're stopping that motherfucking dude with those two guys. I don't.
Yeah, I would just allow Jokic to cook an ISO and don't let him get everybody else going. I don't think you can stop him regardless of what you do.
No.
Mars?
Hey, shout out to you, though. Shout out to you, though, for the monetization stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to both of y'all. Hopefully, Mars, start live streaming too. Shout out to both of y'all.
Saturday. Don't worry.
Saturday? That's what's up. That's what's up.
Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Tune in. If you want to know what I'd actually do, like this is not gonna happen. But what I would do, I'd bench Chris Paul. That's what I would do, because he can't play in this series defensively. No matter where he is, he will get picked apart. I'd start Devin Booker. I start KD. I start DeAndre Ayton. I start Josh Okogie, and I start Torrey Craig. I switch everything on the perimeter. I am switching every single action. Someone cuts back door, switch. Someone comes off a down screen, switch. DeAndre Ayton is the only guy who's not switching. He's guarding Jokic straight up, and you switch everything. I don't care that you lose playmaking. Devin Booker can pass the KD off a pin down just like Chris Paul can. I do not care. Chris Paul, you're playing 20 minutes a game, buddy. You cannot play in this series because you will get picked apart the whole time. So I'm starting Devin Booker at the 1. I'm starting Josh Okogie at the 2. Starting Torrey Craig at the 3. I'm starting KD at the 4, and I'm starting DeAndre Ayton. I am switching everything possible, and that's the only way I have a chance of stopping Jokic's playmaking. Because like otherwise, Chris Paul's just getting abused. So that's what I would do. That's not what they're gonna do. I'm interested to see what Monty Williams does because I'm a bit skeptical on his coaching in the playoffs. But that's what I would do.
Just like the Dallas series last year.
Because that's exactly what
I don't know what he was doing in the Dallas series last year.
That's what Houston did in 2018, and if Chris Paul don't get injured, that's basically how they win that series.
And Chris Paul was a much better defender 5 years ago than he is now.
That is true.
So that's what I would do.
Fellas, any last words before I rotate?
I want Julius Randle off my team. Obi Toppin better.
Fire. Y'all be easy, bro.
All right, Dub.
All right, bro.
Good, bro. Good. If Bud double Jimmy, I think Bucks win these last 2 games without Giannis having a midi. Everyone can get better. Giannis is good enough. Fire Bud.
100%. Giannis is good enough to win a championship as presently constructed. There's no doubt about that. Giannis is that good. The team around them is good enough. Coach Bud is not good enough. And I said Coach Bud would be the reason they don't win. The issue is the people who acted like Giannis would just overcome every deficiency the team had and he had. That was like, he wasn't guaranteed to do anything. And he shouldn't have been favored in every series either, because his flaws and the way he is used just amplify his flaws. He can't create well enough for himself in the half court. So what does Coach Bud do? Ask him to create for himself in the half court. It was never a recipe for success. Like, it didn't take a genius to figure that out. But whatever.
Blind Faith 2021, man.
Shout out to Coach Bud.
Shout out to Coach Bud. We got the snowman in the building. What's good, bro? I know you on cloud now.
Man.
I know you on cloud now right now, bro. What's good, Ben?
Man.
What's good? What's up? What's up?
What's good? Dabe.
Dub.
What's up, fellas?
Dub. What's up, my man? What's up?
You about to lose.
What's
you about to lay off Julius Randle.
What's up, bro?
This was the guy. Was Julius Randle?
Man?
Was Julius Randle the guy that you said was better than who?
Hey, didn't I tell you the Knicks going to win?
Jimmy Butler?
Didn't I say
you said that. You said that. What
I said the Knicks going to win in 5.
You did say that. I'll give you props for that.
All right, and before Julius Randle got hurt last night, was he not hooping?
No, he was not. He was not.
No, what?
He was not hooping. Jalen Butler was leading that team. No, we're watching the game.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say. In the first quarter was he hooping? In the first quarter was he hooping?
But in the second quarter was he hooping?
In the first quarter was he hooping?
You know it.
Listen, Julius Randle definitely was hooping, man.
Where you from?
When's the last? No. I want to know. When's the last time you went to the eye doctor?
The eye doctor.
Yeah, because I don't know what the hell you seeing.
There's no way he was.
All right, look, listen. Julius Randle was hooping in the second quarter. The Knicks, I told y'all Knicks going to win in 5. They won in 5. That's 2 things I wasn't right about Julius Randle playoff final right now. He looked trash. He is trash.
He trash.
He looked trash, but against the Heat, it's over with. It's cooking.
What is considered hooping to you? What is your definition?
Julius Randle makes a couple layups and he's hooping. Like, that's the standard of him.
That's his game. That's his game. When Giannis
finishes around the ring 3 times and he's hooping.
The game is just, I'm bad at basketball.
Julius Randle finished around the ring 3 times and he's hooping. That's the standard for a top 20 player.
He hit a couple jump shots too, man.
Listen, you know that's Jalen Brunson's team. That's Jalen Brunson's team.
No, I don't know about
you told us
this guy so
This one thing I will say. If If we don't have Julius Randle against the Heat, we might lose. That's the only way I see us.
No.
That's the only way I see us lose. That's the only way I see you guys win.
He's not a needle mover, bro.
We need Julius Randle to win. We need him to win.
Man, who comes off the bench for Randle?
Obi Toppin.
Don't talk to me about Obi Toppin, bro. I'm not listening to it.
No, I RJ Barrett will step up. RJ Barrett will step up. Brunson and Barrett will do the thing. Josh Hart will do the
Emmanuel quickly will look like the all defensive caliber guard he is. He wasn't great against Cleveland. He'll look like the all defensive caliber guard that he is.
Our whole team is nice.
Your team is nice. Mine is that one guy.
We need Julius Randle. Now, Doug, tell me why the Miami Heat will lose against the Knicks.
Probably because of Mitchell Robinson, your ability to rebound the ball, and the fact that Jalen Brunson. I think Jalen Brunson been playing phenomenal too. I think rebounding is going to be a key issue on if this is going to turn the tides in that series. But again, I got to see how their defense looks against a team that can actually hit threes. So I just got to see how they face Miami, and if Miami's
y'all can't actually hit threes though. Y'all had one.
Well, we've been hitting it. We hit it for 5 games. Well, I mean, we've hit it for 5 games straight. So I don't know.
This is the only
you
time
respect Kevin Love's 3 ball. Kevin Love's gonna hit his 3. Gabe Vincent, you can't really trust, but he can be there here and there. Max Strus had an off series.
Duncan Robinson.
Worth that contract. Listen, if you put Duncan Robinson on the floor, we're abusing him. Anybody, anyone.
Oh, I knew you were
Jalen Brunson. If Jalen Brunson gets
Duncan Robinson's not guarding Jalen Brunson. Jimmy's gonna guard Jalen Brunson.
Randle could get him. It quickly could get him. Anybody on the. You could bring Derrick Rose off the bench and he can't guard Derrick Rose.
Stop it.
I know. I'm dead.
That's right.
I'm dead.
He probably will, but Derrick Rose ain't seen that much playing.
Yeah, because Derrick Rose ain't seen the court.
Yeah, he's not in the court. No, the key to that series, you have to understand is can Jimmy Butler continue to do what he did? Because is it sustainable? That's the real question. Because Jimmy, again, an all-time great series. We're talking LeBron James, Michael Jordan S series. Can he do it again? That's a lot to ask of Jimmy Butler to do it again. If he does,
is Tyler Hero coming back?
No, we're talking all-time great status, right?
Not
so
for this series.
I think it comes down to Jimmy can do it again. I think it's hard. It's tough to ask him to do it again.
In my opinion, I think Bam Adebayo, he got to come alive because if you was watching the game last night, the reason that he really came back was because of Bam Adebayo playmaking and his shot making in the fourth quarter because they were down 16. He got subbed in beginning fourth quarter and they started making a run.
They put the ball in his hands. He kept taking the ball up.
I feel like that's a bit disingenuous because it did take like Bam like 3 games to actually like start doing anything realistically.
Well, he does it all the time and I hate it. He will play so bad for like so many games in a row. Then out of nowhere, he'll just have a game where like, oh, you know what? I feel like playing like Bam.
He's kind of like an anime character. Like you kind of need some time to build up to power level. He needs to power up.
Yeah.
How much credit are we giving to Spo? I know Jimmy's getting a lot of love, rightfully so. How much credit is Spo getting? And I think he did the right. He played the right guys. Even though I do think a lot of it was just like Jimmy, get the hell out of the way, let me make big shots. I think Spo didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean?
Nah, they were running plays for Jimmy. They were running plays for Jimmy to get off ball, especially in the fourth quarter.
He started using Bam as a primary ball handler.
Yeah, Bam was on top of the key, just hitting people wide open. I'm like, all right, Spo, you little fucking.
They were running but those Bam Jimmy pick and rolls were killing.
Killing.
I understand. Bam stepped up when he needed
to. Any Bam pick and roll is killing any. Was killing Bucks. The Kevin Love and Bam Adebayo pick
and I would like to say this. I do think Bam Adebayo having to go up against Giannis and play that defense on him compared to like Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle is going to be such of a like pressure off of him. It's going to take so much pressure off of him. Like, dang, I don't have to play this guy trying to ramrod me through the fucking paint every single time.
Bro, Julius
Randle could average 20 and 10 a lot easier. Bam could average 20 and 10 against the Knicks a lot easier than he can against the Bucks. So a Bam 20-10 average this series wouldn't be shocking.
Yeah, that's because there are going to be so many more missed shots. Because
he's not. Bam Adebayo is not averaging 20 points in the series.
Bam's better than Julius. I hope you know
he's not.
Oh, of course he is. 100%. No, he's not even close.
Bam's better.
Listen, I
gave
Bam credit for one good quarter, and here y'all go saying this.
No,
you gave Julius Randle credit for 3 made layups.
You are literally an unreliable narrator. You're an unreliable narrator.
I'm telling the truth about all these games. I said the Knicks going to win in 5. They won in 5. I said the reason that he came back was because of Bam. The reason they came back was because of Bam. It is what it is.
The Knicks won because Jalen Brunson.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the stuff I've been saying on the panel has been correct.
So you have
apart from you saying Julius Randle is good.
You have a guy.
good, though.
You have a guy in Julius Randle. We're in the postseason. His scoring is down the drain. His passing is down the drain. His defense. Don't get me wrong. He's not that great on defense. The only thing that's been a positive in his game is his rebounds. Compared to a Bam Adebayo, don't get me wrong. His scoring hasn't been great. His passing has been good though. His defense has been supremely better. What are we talking about, bro?
Okay, listen to me. Listen to me. Gabe Vincent was guarding Chris Middleton. If Gabe Vincent guard Julius Randle, it's
Bam was guarding Giannis.
Gabe Vincent's not going to guard Randle. That's not going to be a thing. Gabe Vincent and Randle won't be a thing.
Duncan Robinson could guard Julius Randle.
It will be a thing. If he gets switched on Randle, it's going to be a thing.
But Randle,
if Max Strus gets switched on Randle, it's. I mean, who
Randle
is
has a tendency to fall in love with the rebound.
Who is guarding?
Like I said, if Duncan Robinson is on Julius Randle, I'm not calling for a double.
Where is your like hype for Julius Randle coming from? Where's your like love for him?
Lord knows, because I know it's not from
bro.
watching.
Yeah. Even Knicks fans don't like Julius. So I don't get
most. You
can't qualify what you're saying.
You can't listen to most Knicks fans because most Knicks fans didn't have the Knicks winning in the first round. You feel me? I'm the only person who said Knicks in 5. That's
you know why people didn't have the Knicks winning? I promise you, the reason they didn't have the Knicks winning, Julius Randle. It's the exact same reason why I didn't give them a chance.
I think you're playing a lot of fantasy sports because Randle, like fantasy, can be a good player, but in reality, it's
listen
not.
To me, man.
Hey, call you a fantasy.
When was the last?
All I know is y'all can say all this stuff about the Heat defense guarding Julius Randle or whatever y'all want to say is. March 3rd, 2023, 43, 9, and 3. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
All right, Anthony Davis. Watch this march. Watch this shot. Anthony Davis was going crazy on the Memphis Grizzlies, and look at what he's been doing now in the postseason. He had one good game. Scoring.
Again, where do you get this data from? Which playoff series did Julius Randle make you be like, oh, he's really him?
Bro,
where?
He's played 2 playoff series. Like, bro, calm down.
He's played 10 playoff games and played good in 0 of them.
Oh my God, he was hooping. Listen, before he got hurt,
he's 0 for 10.
Before he got hurt last night, he was.
Where's the bars? He is DeMar DeRozan.
So y'all say he wasn't hooping before he got hurt.
He's literally 0 for 10, bro. Where are you getting
Julius Randle has had as many good playoff games in his life as me.
So how confident are y'all that Julius Randle will not go crazy against the Heat? How confident?
I mean, I don't think
this is the level of confidence.
He'll have 0 30-point games. He might have one.
I just saw the Heat beat Miami, so I don't know what can happen anymore.
His postseason career, he's averaging 16 points on 31 from the field and 28 from 3.
That sounded a lot like Russell Westbrook. Actually, that's worse than Russell Westbrook.
Let's put this in the context though, because I don't believe y'all watch the games, bro.
I watch it and I hate
it. The first playoff series when he was going against the Hawks, he was getting triple team every possession. He couldn't go to the rim because he didn't have a right hand back then. He probably still don't have a right hand. He was getting triple team every possession because RJ Barrett was on the floor. He couldn't shoot no threes. Evan Fournier was on the floor. He couldn't shoot no threes. Derrick Rose, he was going crazy for like the first 2 games, but then he got gassed out because he's an older player. He couldn't do nothing. Of course, Julius Randle won't have a bad series because the only thing he could do is jack up bad shots, and every time he goes to the hole, it's 3 players.
But you do realize that's his game. He's a bad shot taker.
Bad shot maker. That's what you say. Bad shot.
Let me tell you. Everyone, just listen to this information. Do the information what you want. Julius Randle in the playoffs from 3 to 10 feet, 21.7%. From 10 to 16 feet, 14.3%.
Garbage.
From 16 feet to the 3-point line, 22.2%.
Garbage.
From the 3-point line, 28.4%.
What
am I meant to do with that?
On top of that, we talking about his efficiency. He's been literally league average or under for every single year he's been on the Knicks.
The only year where he was at the league average is this year. Every other year, he's below league average efficiency. Every single year. Right. Okay. Y'all can say all that stuff. I'm not saying y'all wrong because y'all not wrong. Stats are
how much is he paying?
Proven. Nothing. He's not paying me nothing. I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm gonna defend the Knicks. What are you talking about, man?
You believe in the Knicks?
Defend the Knicks that are good. Defend Jalen Brunson. Defend Emmanuel Quickly. Defend Mitchell Robinson. Stop defending him. He's still questioning.
You're still questioning if Jalen Brunson is better than Julius Randle, bro.
Listen to me. If I'm going to defend the Knicks, the 5 seed in the Eastern Conference this year, I got to defend Julius Randle because he played over 70 games. He is the Knicks. This is why I'm trying to get in y'all head. What? This is why I'm trying to get in y'all head. He's there. The whole regular season, he was there. He was the whole regular season. He played.
He is the Knicks. The same guy is the Knicks. The same guy that was getting the same guy that was getting booed last season. Are you kidding me? He is the Knicks.
Listen, you can't say that because the Knicks literally boo everybody. If you're not playing good, they boo everybody. They boo Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, that's why they boo Julius Randle in every playoff game. That's why they boo him in every game.
You're saying he's the Knicks because he was available to play more games than Jalen Brunson.
Yes, availability.
Knicks fans don't look at Julius Randle.
And I'm not even saying
because I swear, no, stop. Knicks fans don't look at Julius Randle and be like, oh yeah, he's a Knick. What? They look at Spike Lee more as a Knick than fucking Julius Randle. I promise you they do. I promise you.
It's actually
Jalen Brunson was the best free agent signing in probably in forever type shit. You feel me? He was the best free agent signing in a long time. But you can't. He's been playing well, but it's really like a 1A, 1B, 1B type of situation.
No, he's been clear.
Bro, you see, that's why I'm saying y'all were
it's not a 1A, 1B.
No. Let me talk.
You've been talking.
Yes, because y'all keep saying Jalen Brunson is playing great. This great stuff is crazy, bro. Yesterday in the second half, was he great? Game 4, was he great? No. So we all keep talking about this Jalen Brunson is great stuff. What are you talking about?
Brunson, even when his shot's not
in the
falling,
second half,
hold on. Even when Jalen Brunson's shot's not falling, he still contributes to the team in terms of playmaking. He's the guy.
Bro, he's not even that good of a playmaker. That's what are you talking about? He's not that good of a playmaker.
If not, he might be your only playmaker. RJ Barrett's not a great playmaker. Quickly's just a scorer like Lou Williams off the bench. He's literally the only playmaker.
You saying playmaker like he's CP3. He's literally like a mid playmaker. Like he's okay at playmaking. His best ability is his mid-range jump shot. And his in-between games. That's the best thing he does.
Let's jump to the West. We keep going back.
Let's go to the West. This is a dumb conversation. Anyways, let's talk about that Sacramento Kings and the Lakers too. Please, let's do it.
Big one. That's a big one.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Sacramento Kings and Lakers. So with the Lakers, I mean, honestly, LeBron didn't show up.
The Lakers scare me, man.
LeBron had a rough game. Yeah, he had a rough game. Anthony Davis showed up. Gotta get. No, I'm saying Anthony Davis showed up. LeBron didn't show up. D'Angelo Russell hits him. I think he played fine for what it is. I don't expect too much out of him. If LeBron played well, they win that game. So I'm gonna put that on.
Darvin Ham comes from the same tree as Coach Bud. They're literally the same tree, the same apples. That nigga.
I don't agree. No. Coach Bud is. I will not make an adjustment ever. I stick to my guns. Darvin Ham is something's working. Let me change it for no reason. That's what he does. So he's in his own lane. I don't know what he's doing.
LeBron has to never play the 5. LeBron at the 5 is not working. We need to stop playing him at the 5.
Why is Rui Hachimura not seeing more minutes? What's happening?
Well, the only minutes he needs to be giving him is when it's small ball 4 and 5 minutes with LeBron.
Dude, putting LeBron and Rui in the same lineup.
Honestly, at this point, you might have to even throw in Lonnie Walker for Malik Beasley.
They should have just kept Thomas Bryant. They should have just kept Thomas Bryant.
At that point, yeah.
I mean, he's giving you nothing. So with that,
Lonnie Walker needs minutes.
I don't care, bro.
He's streaky. He's a streaky shooter. But at this point, I might just give the minutes to Lonnie Walker. He's a guy that can do the same thing, right? Get hot.
He'll give you buckets.
Get pop and he'll give you buckets. So
I don't believe in Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker is a more.
Come on, dude.
I don't believe in him like that. I don't think he's that strong of a 3-point shooter. I promise you. I don't think
he's streaky.
I don't think
I think he's a streaky.
No, I don't like.
I just don't think he's good.
I know Lonnie Walker can create his own shot. He can go through.
I don't think Malik Beasley is good. I mean, that great of a 3-point shooter either, though.
We should have never gotten.
No, he's not great. He's better.
He's better. I think he's comfortably better than Lonnie Walker.
So I think Lonnie Walker a little more dynamic.
Do we need to see Tristan Thompson minutes? Is that what we need?
Definitely. No, give me Mo Bamba at Tristan Thompson.
Please, I would rather see.
I
would rather see anybody but fucking LeBron James at the 5, bro.
It's not working.
Yeah.
Make it
LeBron really should be running point. Like realistically, I think he should be running point.
When they won the championship, he was running point guard.
I don't know. I like the D'Lo. I like the D'Lo and Anthony Davis high pick and rolls though. I really like that a lot.
I don't mind the deal. D'Lo makes good decisions with the ball. I actually don't mind him running his play.
I like their guard play. I think their guard play's been good. They just don't got.
I mean, play of D'Lo is still play of D'Loing, but yeah.
He hit a couple big.
I mean,
he's been. I think this is the best he's ever been in the playoffs.
He saved him Game 5. He said,
I think this is the best he's ever been in the playoffs, and that's saying.
I think the Lakers win Game 6 though. I don't think it goes 7. I think
they ended it Friday. They have to win Game 6. They have to win at home or real trouble. The real trouble.
No, I'm still not betting against LeBron in the Game 7, even if he's washed. I'm still not betting against him.
Washington's really supposed to be crazy. Right, he's good.
Washington's crazy, Mars.
Hold on. Washington was crazy. As Mars's take earlier heard, Draymond Green better player than Carmelo Anthony. We gotta talk about that statement. I understand your logic.
All time,
bro, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So the logic. So hold on, Mars's logic.
Well, right now he's
that's crazy.
The roles they play. So what Mars's logic is that you can never win with Carmelo as the option 1. As the option 2, Draymond provides more to winning. Right? Am I along those lines?
Option 2. Right, but
do you think I understand that logic, right? You're like, okay, it makes sense. But do you think you're undervaluing the reason why Draymond is allowed to excel as a 2 or 3 because there's a number 1 guy?
So then Draymond Green is better than Tracy McGrady, according to
how is Draymond?
Yeah, that's what Mark said that too. That's the thing. Okay, Mark said that too. That's what
but T-Mac's better than Melo though. But yeah,
I mean, Mars. Like, what championship team was Draymond the number 2 option on?
Every single one apart from the ones KD was on.
No.
You think number 2 over Klay Thompson? Hold on. So,
yes, I think yes.
I know your logic there too. He contributed more to winning with the playmaking, rebounding, defense.
But that's why if people disagree, like I think Draymond has always been better than Klay. People are obviously going to disagree with that, so I understand that. And obviously Draymond Green is not anything close as an offensive player as any of these people. So I understand why people disagree. Like I'm higher on Draymond Green than 95% of people. But the logic upholds with no matter what
the world.
I understand your logic. The logic, it's credible. The logic makes sense. It's just, I think you're devaluing why Draymond's able to excel in that 2 or 3 position because of these first and second options. But I understand.
Wait,
Draymond Green wasn't even number 2 last year, Mars. It was Andrew Wiggins.
I disagree, bro. I disagree, but that's fine.
This is such a sidebar, but are you the one that said what's it called? That LeBron's 2016 peak is
greater than anything Michael Jordan ever did in his
life.
Yes. At 2018. At 2018.
You don't have to get into that.
I'll say this.
I was just making sure because I just saw
that. I want to say with Jimmy, this is what I would say. With Jimmy's performance, that first round series, again, there's never been a team less talented take out a team that's so much more talented. The talent disparity is the greatest it's ever been. It's the greatest upset ever in NBA history.
What?
Like it's just
other than
this Jimmy Butler.
The Miami Heat being the greatest upset in NBA history because the talent heroes hurt. The talent disparity.
That's where I just kind of disagree.
So Jimmy Butler's 2023 playoff peak is it higher than Michael Jordan?
Oh my god,
bro! Please don't. Please don't.
Time out. Rewind. Back it up. We ain't gonna do that.
Is it better than 2016?
What Jimmy did, Michael Jordan never did.
Okay, so is Jimmy Butler's single series peak higher than Michael Jordan?
I know
single
series peak. No, I would still take. I think Jordan against the Suns. That 41 piece was there.
Wait, question. Which team was like more like favored to win in that Suns versus Jordan series?
The Bulls.
The Bulls, yeah. I'm just gonna ask a couple questions, and then which team was better?
Which team was better? The Bulls versus Suns. I think that Bulls team was better than the Suns.
Okay, and which team had more help on their team?
Which team had more help on their team? The Suns. I think you can say the Suns had more of a balanced scoring attack, but I think overall with the Bulls defensively were better than the Suns.
What seed was the Bulls team and what seed was the Suns team?
You can tell. Remind me. I don't know. What seed was the Bulls? Was the Bulls a 2 seed?
I think the Suns were a 1 seed, and I think
1 seed to the West.
The Bulls may have been 93.
1 or 2 seed.
Yeah, 1 or 2 seeds.
Yeah, one or 2 seeds. Yeah.
So I don't think it's not. I don't know if I agree necessarily. I'd actually have to go and watch that series, but like I don't think it's that crazy to actually say that what Jimmy Butler did, especially because you have to I think people don't. I mean, I think you guys do, but I don't think people understand just how insane what happened is. Especially first off, the level of play was. Like that shot he made to put them to overtime, that's stupid. The dude was literally lying flat in air. He was laying down in the air and he made a
special.
I've seen Tony Parker do that. But it's whatever.
Okay, but either way, the amount of he was doing this against the best team in the NBA, not the best team in like the East, the best team in the NBA.
A 58-win team that maybe could have won if they were healthy with Middleton. Maybe could have won 63, 64, and a team with championship pedigree who've been through it. You know what I mean? So again,
with Brook Lopez and Drew Holiday playing really good.
I don't know about Drew Holiday, but keep going.
I'm not talking about the playoffs. I'm talking about like that season.
Okay.
They have arguably the Giannis, Drew, and what's it called? Brook Lopez could argue all of them are like a top 10 defenders in the league, top 5. Right? Like this is ridiculous. Like I think we're gonna come. You brought up earlier about the Dirk and the Hakeem one. If for some godforsaken reason that we see the Miami Heat make it to the NBA Finals against either the Nuggets, either the Suns, or the Lakers, and they win, this is objectively the best single player run that we would have.
If he continues to do what he does.
No, I say if the Miami Heat make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think you could say that it's probably even they don't have to make it to the finals.
He has to go to the finals and he has to win.
Yeah, the only similar one you could say is 2018 in LeBron. And it was I think 2015 when Kevin Love and Kyrie were kind of hurting. He was able to beat that.
If LeBron won either of those series, I don't think you can ever make an argument for Jordan being better than him.
If Jordan beat the Celtics, the year he dropped 63 on him, if he beat him that year, it's kind of the equivalent to what Jimmy did. Right?
Is Jimmy Butler better than Allen Iverson?
But Allen Iverson didn't win,
honestly,
and that team was better. And that team was better.
I think Jimmy Butler is a better player than Allen Iverson. Because if you, look at the resume, you take out that one playoff run to the finals.
I'm sorry.
Jimmy Butler's better than Allen
Iverson. Jimmy Butler is a better basketball player than Allen Iverson.
Jimmy Butler is better than Allen Iverson.
Yes, sir. Hold on,
wait. When you rank,
I know the right questions to ask.
Talk about it, Mars.
I know the right questions.
You are smoking. You are smoking that smoke.
You don't care. What you smoking, man?
Wait, Jalen, you think Jimmy Butler's better?
Jimmy Butler's a better basketball player.
Where do you rank Jimmy Butler all time?
Oh my god.
Where do you rank Jimmy Butler all time?
I mean, look, I'll tell you that Allen Iverson all time. I probably ranked him in like the 40s.
You have Jimmy Butler as a top.
No. I said Allen. Jimmy Butler 100%. Jimmy Butler's a better basketball player than Allen Iverson. So if I put him in the rankings, yes, he's going to be ahead of Allen Iverson no matter what.
That's a crazy statement.
Why?
That's crazy.
Okay, think about it.
I feel like you can't. I really feel like
I want him to explain it.
I think Jimmy Butler does everything better than Allen Iverson, except for scoring. Even scoring, you can make a case that he's a little bit more efficient, but obviously the volume isn't there. But so Allen Iverson, I'll give you scoring, but Jimmy Butler does everything except scoring better than Allen Iverson.
But he's also
and we bring up playoff transition now. Jimmy Butler's playoff scoring now. We could. You're telling me that Allen Iverson won in 2001. If Jimmy might have done that the year he led Miami Heat to the finals against the Lakers.
Wait. I want to continue this. I do want to continue this. Jimmy Butler, Carmelo Anthony.
Bro, Carmelo Anthony, bro. It's not.
I'm talking Carmelo Anthony. That regular season.
Wait, so you think Carmelo?
You think Carmelo is better than AI?
I think Carmelo is better than Allen.
Why?
Yo, what?
Bro, the Carmelo
was one of the worst defenders.
That's not just to say I think AI is better than Carmelo. What?
No, you said Draymond Green better than Carmelo. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I think
we don't have to talk about it. We already talked about it.
I spoke about that for 40 minutes on the panel.
Yeah.
It will definitely be clipped and be made into a segment as well on YouTube that you can see maybe in about.
As much as Carmelo,
me and Mars had good conversation about that. It was really good conversation.
Yeah.
But Jalen, so why is Jimmy Butler not better than Carmelo Anthony? Because he does literally everything better besides score.
To me, right now, it's just the longevity that Carmelo was able to do it for, given the edge. The longevity that Carmelo was.
Peak for peak.
I like the peaks. I like the peaks. Are we talking playoff peaks? You know what? Carmelo was never
all of it included.
Yeah. Honestly, that could be a conversation. I might have to rehash this again.
I want to answer now.
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler's peak, I'm gonna have to go with is higher than Carmelo's, because it's not only this playoff run. He's had, again, the year with when he ran to the finals against LeBron, and he made another Eastern Conference Finals too, didn't he? With the Heat.
To be fair, I think Carmelo Anthony is a wildly and grossly overrated player.
Everyone says that.
Everyone says that. So does it mean he's underrated now, or he's properly rated? Everyone thinks you're overrated. Like he's still he's top 10 in NBA scoring all time. So you can't be trash and say that.
I don't know. He just he just doesn't move me.
Does Jimmy Butler rebound? Does Jimmy Butler rebound better than Carmelo Anthony in his prime?
No.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think
I think the only thing Jimmy Butler, Carmelo Anthony, he was actually a really underrated playmaker too. I know he was an ISO player, but he was an underrated playmaker though. Carmelo never had a team like Jimmy Butler had.
He was a ball stopper. The 1 year where his playmaking was
I want to
decent.
see how many more names can we think.
Is Jimmy Butler better than Tracy McGrady?
Ooh, I see. To me, Tracy McGrady's peak scoring is top 10 all time scoring wise. So that's a interesting discussion because peak Tracy, I'm taking over a lot.
Playoff translation though.
I mean, Eastern Conference Finals runs, defense,
but the playoff transition with Tracy, I think needs a little bit more context. He had the unfortunate thing of a lot of his teammates being injured, but he also did shoot poor in the playoffs. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
I think Tracy also had better teams, in my opinion.
Whoa. Then who? Then
he didn't have Houston.
You could argue.
No, I don't think he had
Yeah, I think no, I'm talking about right now. I think that the Houston Rockets that Tracy McGrady played on is better than the Heat teams that Jimmy Butler's had.
So these are real conversations we're gonna have about Jimmy Butler again.
Jalen, start bench cut. Jimmy, Melo, George Gervin.
Oh, George Gervin.
That's so.
Damn.
I know nothing about George Gervin, so I can't talk on this.
A very elite scorer, better than.
I want to say people call him the Carmelo of his time. No, well, like people call Carmelo George Gervin.
No, they call Alex English to Carmelo.
Or Alex English. That's what.
Yeah,
it's Alex English. George Gervin. They.
It's
like KD.
Original KD. He's the original.
Really?
KD.
He's like that.
I'm about to look more at George Gervin. What's George Gervin's playoffs like?
Elite. The sample size ain't great. He didn't make many deep runs, but he
Dominique Wilkins, Alex English, and Jimmy Butler.
Okay, Dominique. I said Dominique was a guy who I think because of Jordan missed out on 4 or 5 scoring titles, missed out on some accolades that would have boosted him. So I'm gonna go. You know what? Jimmy's playoff thing is so insane now. Okay, Jimmy, Dominique, and Alex English.
Oh man.
So with Jimmy now.
Is Jimmy a top 10 small forward ever? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, he has to be. He has.
You're putting him over all these guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, no, we gonna really think about it now. We gonna really think about it.
Kawhi Leonard. Or
you see what I mean, Dub? When I see people overreact to these.
Hold on. I know NBA fans love to overreact to one game. It's a thing. Even in sports betting, it's a thing with NBA. Okay, but hold on.
So you got
Kawhi Leonard's better. Kawhi Leonard's better than
LeBron,
Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, Dr. J, Scottie Pippen, Kawhi Leonard.
Yep,
that's my 6 that I know is definitely.
Well, are we going with Elgin Baylor and John Havlicek, or are we leaving them out?
You're gonna include Elgin Baylor and John Havlicek?
Can we not include players when Jim Crow was still around? Like that.
We'll leave them out.
So we'll leave them out.
Can we do last 30 years? Last 30.
Yeah.
Carmelo.
Niggas dribbled.
That's last 30 years is only 1993 onwards.
Yeah.
So Larry Bird's just out.
It's like 40, 50.
We have to 70s
from the 3-point line. Onwards. 1980 onwards. There we go. James Worthy.
Ooh, James Worthy. Again, I don't think James Worthy. Obviously, he has the titles. I don't think he's ever peaked like this Jimmy Butler though. I don't think he's peaked like this. He's never had to carry this load. He's never had to carry.
So best for best, best for best.
Best for best. I think Jimmy reached higher peaks than James Worthy.
Is Jimmy better than Vince Carter?
See, I'm a Raptors fan. I grew up. Vince Carter's my favorite athlete of all time.
Bernard King.
Bernard King with the Knicks. Ooh,
that's a good one.
Bernard King with the Knicks.
I know some good players.
That is a good one. That is a close one too. What'd you say? What's your opinion on Bernard King over Jimmy? How much do we value Jimmy's playoff translation or English?
Well,
I'm asking you.
Okay. I'm
gonna give you a little bit of a thing. Jimmy Butler has been given has stated that he actually doesn't play hard in the regular season. Like it's a confirmed fact. He literally says that after All-Star break he stops coasting. So
we can't excuse that though. We can't excuse that.
I'm not giving an excuse. I'm giving you a thought, something to work with here. Like get your idea. I'm just trying to see how your brain works. So we know that Jimmy Butler does not play serious basketball after All-Star break, and then we know that we see him actually just go like this once it's past that point.
Hey, do you guys ever wonder though if do you think Michael Jordan's sitting at home watching the playoffs, man? He's like, damn, I'm proud of my boy.
He definitely is.
Before y'all continue, I got 6 super chats to get off. Give me 1 second. Randle is a good rebounder, and that's it. From Donovan Samuels. I agree 100% too. Start, bench, cut, DeMar DeRozan, Paul Anthony Towns, Julius Randle.
Please.
Go on, Jalen.
Trade them all to Shanghai.
Right. Start, bench, cut, DeRozan, Towns, Randle. Okay, I'm gonna start DeMar DeRozan because he's had the best career out of those guys. Okay, I'm a bench Towns because he's more talented than Randle.
Okay,
gotta go.
Okay,
there you go. That's right.
Okay, cool. That's good order. That's good order. All right, Jalen. All right,
Jalen. There you go.
But they don't even play the same positions though.
Yeah, but we know he's a bad player now.
I mean, you could technically start 2 of them.
All right, buddy.
I think DeRozan's clearly the better player out of those guys.
Clearly.
But that joke already in order.
My bad. Low was asking to pull up, but I told him it's not enough time.
Hey, yo, real quick, Mars, man. Real quick. I'm just going to make this real quick, and then I'm going to leave it at that. Hey, man, that video that was posted today, man, you saying that the only reason the teams LeBron played are great is because they lost, right?
See, the thing is, that wasn't me being 100% serious. I don't like that. That's been made a segment.
Because I was just going to say, LeBron, going into the finals.
If I say something outrageous about LeBron, I'm not being serious.
Okay, I feel that. Because I was going to say, going into the finals, LeBron's team has only been favored 3 times.
Oh yeah,
that's
so they thought that the team he was playing.
I just realized
they thought so. The team that he was playing, they thought was better.
The only reason OKC were favored is because LeBron was a notorious playoff folder. That's the only reason OKC were favored.
Okay, so what about all the other ones?
We don't care. Let's move on.
Okay, so Jordan was favored in every series though, so that clearly was the better team.
Michael Jordan? Who cares about Michael Jordan? I don't care.
You brought up Phoenix in that video.
Yeah, because we were talking about comparing him to Michael Jordan then, but I don't care about Michael Jordan. Bill
Russell, so, but what I'm saying is that team was favored over Phoenix.
Compare him to Bill Russell.
I'm just saying, bro. It's the apples to oranges, Mars. It's the apples to oranges comparison.
No, the whole thing with that, I would say.
And do it in the top left. Do it in the top right. You are right about 2018. You just don't know how to argue it. But you are right about that.
Talk about it. I'll
2018.
I'm not trying to go down that road. I actually wanted to talk about Jimmy. I'm not trying to go down that road. But you are right about that. You are right about that. You just don't know how to argue it properly. But anyways, yeah, man, Jimmy, man, I'm telling you, man, Michael Jordan sits at home and his couch, man. I think he might tear up.
Every time
he might tear up. He's like, man, the one son I didn't keep, man, is the one that looks just like me.
So with the Jimmy thing now, we've seen him kind of consistently rise in the playoffs, just gave an all-time great performance. So how do we measure that versus having no All-NBA first teams, not having, kind of those accolades?
I don't know how much I feel about accolades because it's voted on these types of things. So we know people are stupid and we have to account for human stupidity when these things happen. So when we're thinking about realistically, we know Jordan should have 8 MVPs and LeBron should have 8 MVP. We know these things, but we know that these people don't. People just want to do stuff because first off, it's a business, and secondly, if your business has a story, people are more willing to watch it. So we need to make other people
Bro, I wonder if they're gonna have one of those Lifetime movies, bro. Jordan's on his deathbed, man. He wrote up this letter.
What the fuck?
Passes it on, man. He's like, hey, man, give this to Jimmy, man. I never really.
It's always been you. It's always been you.
Dude, you can't watch Jimmy and not tell him, man. He act like Jordan. He look like Jordan. He shoot like Jordan. He talk shit like Jordan. Everything about him screams, hey, that's my pops.
He doesn't shoot like Jordan.
The same way Jordan.
Well, he doesn't. He's not as good as obviously. He's not as good as a shooter. But bro, when you watch him shoot the midi and all that, bro, you can't help but think.
Do y'all think Michael Jordan and Jimmy Butler should get a DNA test?
I don't.
Hell yeah.
It should be live. And it should be live, Dub.
I want to see this. I do want to see this.
Hey, Dub, you can't tell me you don't get those vibes, bro. Like in overtime, right, where he looks back at Holiday, he just stares him down. That's Jordan shit, bro.
That's Jordan. That's Jordan.
Yeah, I'm
that's,
telling
that's
you,
the
bro.
basketball I love, bro. That is the basketball I love to see, man.
So what you're saying is LeBron James beat Michael Jordan in the finals. That's what you guys telling.
I mean, LeBron James would have.
He's Michael Jordan's seed, bro. He's not actually Michael Jordan. He's just a seed.
I'm hearing that LeBron James playing the aura was there. The aura was there.
But it's not 100% of the aura. You feel me? It's like it's a trickle down, or it's still the aura, but it's not the. He's drinking out the bottle, but it's like it's diluted a little bit.
LeBron James
it's definitely watered down secret stuff.
It's still the secret stuff. It's just not the whole.
All right, Dub, you got Jimmy Butler top 10 small forward?
Probably not.
Okay, hold on. So, I actually, you know what? I actually really think though Jimmy Butler is better than James Worthy.
I do want to say this. I do want to say this though. If you guys were caping for Paul George to be in the top 75 list, there's no reason not to cape for Jimmy Butler.
I agree.
That's what I was
Jimmy
saying.
Butler's over Paul George to me.
Yes.
I've always thought he was.
Talk about it, Mars.
A lot of people were caping. Oh, Paul George didn't make the top 75 list. How couldn't he? But y'all ain't say shit about Jimmy Butler.
Hey, Dub. If Jimmy Butler somehow pulled off a ring this year,
is Jimmy Butler better than Paul Pierce?
I think so. Yes.
Hey, Dub. Hey, hold on, guys. Hold on. Hey, the stone is still being written. So if he ends up winning a ring this year, Dub.
No, it's not. I don't think it's. I just don't. It seems like every time Paul Pierce the comparison,
gotta bring
he loses. Like, what did Paul Pierce do?
Hey, Dub. Real question, bro. If Jimmy brings this ring home for the Heat, if Jimmy brings a ring home for the Heat this year, where's that going to rank, bro? All time in terms of rings, bro.
It's the greatest ring ever. It's the greatest ring ever. If he wins a ring,
I'm not gonna lie. He's over LeBron.
If he wins the ring,
I agree, bro. Hey, I think it'd be the best ring of all time.
LeBron's never done this.
If he wins,
I agree. I think it'd be the best ring ever.
And I will do this. If he wins the ring this year, playing like this, nah, he's a top 10 small forward over.
He has to. It depends on who he.
Yeah, bro. He might be. You might. If he wins a ring. If he wins a ring, you might have to put him higher than that, bro.
He's averaging 30.
Half the team is undrafted. Half the team is undrafted.
He's looking like better than Dirk's run right now.
Even if he makes the finals, if he just makes
the finals, half the team is undrafted, bro.
No. He got to ring the ring. No, Jalen.
It don't matter if you think it's got to get
Think about it. No context. Think about it. He beat the first seed Bucks in the first round. Then he beats. I mean, we'll have to talk about.
Then he beat the title.
Then he beat Julius Randle.
If he beat
let me finish.
He did it without Tyler Hero and half the team's undrafted.
Let me land the plane.
Let Doug get it off.
So you got Jimmy Butler beating the Milwaukee Bucks, the first seed in the first round. Well, arguably the best player in the world. Then you had them beating the Knicks. We won't even need to talk about that. But then he beats. Let's say I think it's gonna be Boston, but Boston and Philly.
Okay. And then he beats the Lakers.
If he beats, hold on. If he beats Boston, right, the team that just went to the finals, added new pieces, and he beat the first and the second seed with Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, and Caleb Martin out there.
Oh yeah, you're right,
bro. That's a crazy run. That's
the best one ever.
That is literally 2018 Bron, except if he actually wins the final.
Not even 2018
against Comp. It's 2018 LeBron against Comp.
Well, I'll say this though. Jimmy wouldn't have played a team as good as that Warriors team.
Indiana, Toronto, and Boston.
Guess what though? Miami's not winning this year. Not winning a ring.
What's Dirk? What was Dirk?
It's obviously hypothetical.
Portland, LA, OKC.
Portland, LA. OKC was good. LA was good. But Portland
with no brands. Portland with no Brandon Roy.
Right.
Lakers with Kobe on that messed up ankle, and then OKC's legit. And
OKC was good, but Dallas wasn't the Dallas were the underdog.
Yeah.
Hey, that 2018 Cavs team is still worse than this Miami team.
It was really Dirk really outshined in the OKC. That's what it was, where he was schooling Serge Ibaka with the middies and stuff like that. So that's where we kind of. But everything else, I agree with Doug. was a Dallas win. Like everything was just collaborating. This is Terry went off. Everybody went off.
Hey, can I say something though?
Go ahead.
I got something to say. Bro in the middle, he brought us.
My bad, y'all. That's Coach Bud in there. That's Coach Bud in there. Coach Bud in there. My bad. Coach Bud is killing me right now. He's killing me.
Go ahead, Snowman.
Bro in the middle brought something about voters being stupid, right? And we were talking about Jimmy Butler. And I think we're gonna have to revisit the MVP conversation this year because a lot of people didn't vote because I think Jokic gonna be like third place because I think he's gonna be third place, and a lot of people did not vote Jokic because of playoff success. And I think we're gonna
just get rid of regular season awards, bro.
It's a regular season award. It's a regular season award. It'll go to Jokic.
Just get rid of them, dog. Make all the awards after the postseason.
It's a regular season award. I'm saying people didn't like bro said, people stupid voters. You feel me? And people didn't give Jokic or it don't even have to be Jokic, but people brung in playoff success into the MVP conversation, which is a regular season award. And Giannis just lost in the first round to the AFC.
I think
I feel like we're gonna have to revisit that.
Jokic, it was a standard that it was set. They just think that giving someone 3 MVPs would make him like.
I want to reiterate this. Jimmy Butler, if he makes the finals this year, it is a better run than 2018 Braun, 100%.
Of course it is.
It's right. Well, if he makes the finals, okay,
Hold on. That Knicks team.
I got some super chats. Give me 1 second. Kick Brandon Ingram out, bro. He talking crazy. He's talking about
Knickerbockers.
Get that check.
He is not a Knicks fan. He a Randle.
Hey, Dub. It worked. Hey, Dub. Hey, Dub. If he plays like this, if he plays like he played in the first round and makes the finals, it would be better. I'd have to agree.
If he plays like this, it'll be close. That.
No, it's better because of who he plays.
Stop me riding 2018, bro. It's not close. It's not close.
Hey, I'm the biggest LeBron fan on the panel, and I'm even saying that.
Jalen's coming for the crown.
Hey, right now 2018 is the best, but if Jimmy pulls this off and keeps up the production, you had to put it above that.
Does 2018 Braun ain't even better than 01? 2018 Braun beat the Celtics.
That's the best playoff run of all time.
Wait, does 2018 Braun beat this Milwaukee Bucks?
No, I don't think he does. I'm not even going to.
He got swept. He's not that guy.
I don't think he does.
Yeah, I don't think he's not.
Not the way that
team was.
I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say that because I can't say that, bro. Because I can't say that because he put up similar numbers to Jimmy. He didn't put up a 50 piece, but he put up similar numbers. So I can't say that.
Jimmy's comp is harder.
Now I'll say this though: that Cavs team was worse. That Cavs team was worse than this Miami team, though.
Because number one, I don't think the Heat. We can't operate our system the way that we're operating it with Jimmy Butler right now. If LeBron James is there, he's gonna dominate.
Oh, you're saying if he's on the Heat? You're saying if he's on the Heat?
Yeah, he's gonna.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like if that Cavs team plays.
If LeBron James, if 2018 Braun was on this Miami Heat crew, I don't think they beat the Milwaukee Bucks. Mainly because
I don't know, bro.
Actually, I
don't know because to me this Miami team is better though.
Well, Dub, you gotta say that with context though. Why was he dominating the ball in the 2018?
I'm literally about to tell you why.
Dub, I'll say this. I'll say this. You can't say out of the way, in my opinion. There's not enough evidence to really say.
I'm about to tell you
say
why.
out of the way, bro.
Why?
There's not really enough evidence, Dub, to say out of the way because LeBron was so great in that run. It's hard to say.
Dub, you're a gang.
I'm about to tell you right now. I'm about to tell you right now.
In the tight zoom.
Let Dub go. Let Dub explain.
Tight zoom yourself.
In 2018, Miami Heat, and the system which we're running, which allowing guys like Strus, Gabe Vincent, even Bam to get off a bit, is because Jimmy Butler has a willingness to not primarily be on the ball and allow those guys to be themselves. LeBron James, if he's on this Miami Heat crew, he is going to dominate the ball and make everybody a catch and shooter. That's exactly what he would do. He's going to take away from that. The reason, even though Jimmy Butler performed well, not taking that or anything away, but the fact that we were able to shoot the 3 ball at the best level in the NBA playoffs right now, that was also a key contributor.
Well, hold on, Dub. But here's the thing, Dub. Here's why it's hard to make this argument because that Cavs team that LeBron was on, he had it on. That team was atrocious. They were shooting. They had a record for shooting the lowest percentage ever in the playoffs. They averaged, I think it was like 34%. The next best score on the team was Love at 13 points per game going to the finals, the biggest gap since 1964. It's just there's not enough evidence to really say.
There's enough evidence. What are you talking about?
No, there's not, man.
I agree with because LeBron plays out with
Let me tell you why.
LeBron had to play
that actually
like
hosts
that,
my
though,
point.
But I'm saying he had to play like that though on that team.
No, stop. You're helping my point even more. You don't think that them shooting those low percentages is in part of who LeBron James is as a player, taken away from his guys? Because those guys need to be comfortable with the ball in their hands. Them shooting those low percentages because he's taken away from that. I don't see Kyle. I don't see Love. I don't see Gabe Vincent bringing the ball up the court. Kyle Lowry doing what he's doing. I don't see them playing the way they're playing with LeBron James on the court because he's demanding.
But the team, the team is better, Dub. The team is better.
No, stop. He's demanding for that rock every time because he won't. Nobody will believe in any of those guys, and everybody won't want the ball in his hands.
But Dub, you could go to previous Cavs teams that shot better. That 2018 team is an outlier, Dub.
The reason why you're saying they're better is because Jimmy Butler is giving them the opportunity to.
No, I'm not saying they're better offensively. Let me clarify. I'm saying they're better. They're a better defensive team.
How do we?
I'm not even talking about offense.
Read in 1 minute,
Dub, I'm not even talking about offense. I'm talking about defense, bro. Like that Cavs team not only was bad on offense, they were terrible on defense. This Heat team is a good defensive team. So they're bad on both sides of the ball. And on top of that, that Cavs team, in terms of how bad they shot, was an outlier with LeBron. The other versions of the Cavs still shot better when LeBron was doing his thing. So there's not enough evidence.
LeBron James on this Miami Heat crew. We're just talking about him on his crew.
I'm not leaning, Dub. I'm not leaning either way. I'm sticking with there's not enough evidence. I'm not going to say either way.
LeBron's not doing this because you're bringing up a team's defense in the Cavs. That doesn't mean anything to the conversation. We're talking about LeBron James.
But he be on a Heat team that's better defensively.
LeBron carried a bigger load in terms of overall.
The reason why we were able to.
Oh my God!
My bad. You keep missing the biggest point. Go, James. The biggest point is the reason we were able to win. The reason we were able to win is because of our 3-point shooters as well, which LeBron James will take away from that.
And he had terrible 3-point shooters on the Cavs.
Can we read the super chat?
My bad, Mars. My bad. Ron is washed. He's still just.
I think he is washed. I'm starting to say I'm a dude like you can't tell me he ain't a little washed.
I don't have time. Hold on, I gotta mute all of y'all. Hold on. Start bench cut. Jimmy Mello, George Gervin, Jalen answered that. Oh, you answered it. Yeah. Bad. Y'all clearly ain't watched Randle this year. Is disrespectful. Good three-point shooter. Good playmaker, and good defender. When asked, just admit you don't like his game and move on. Was right all along about
Julius.
Y'all be easy. Like the video. One more super chat. Oh, that's it. Y'all be easy. Like the video. Peace, man.
Hey, Dub.
Salute, Dub.